for IG. Who leads the way? I believe it should be Zoe. They're gonna cut for the shorter path. They storm up the river. Patience from Zoe, waiting in the wings. Navi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep, the surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Light of heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Denny. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead.
5 heroes dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's Light of Heaven with his BKB. They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd. The last tower will be going down.
Start the fight with that global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice is in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall, but they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the torrent, cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's dead once, but on the side, they find Arme. Arme's dead for 60. Still alive at the moment. And oh, the use! The dodge! Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Slap. Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kuka. The stall of Finch and Jerax sets up onto FY. OG!
But this PL will continue just to BT split push this game out, get more and more money. And that, for me, is still the biggest problem for Evil Geniuses. Where do you go with this? Fear needs to have that damage-dealing item. But in order to do so, he's got to drop either his TP scroll or sell the Ring of Aquila. And Samel, blink, Dragon Tail stun. Garda's going to be here with the hookshot as well. Laguna bites Samel. The Cogs burn bought them a little bit of extra time. And with Samel down and no buyback, Roshan is a very, very juicy target here for CDEC.
Yeah, EG are going to know they're going for it though. First of all, it would be pretty obvious from the lane situation, but they also have a good ward around the river area to see that CDEC are moving in there now. I don't think EG are interested in contesting this 4-on-5, but maybe they can delay it long enough for it to be a 5-on-5 if they Ice Blast and Fissure properly. There is no hook shot.
They're all together. PPD, here comes the Ice Blast, ready for the dodge! In from Universe! It's a disaster! CDEC! They're gonna get wiped from the face of the earth, apart from aggressive. He'll jump out, but the wombo combo perfectly hits from Evil Geniuses, and now they will take Roshan. Samel is back, they'll get the egg into the Immortal. OG right behind Arme, gets the jump, finds the Pugner. Vision will not find a stun. Pugner with no buyback. OG, they were really playing with fire. The Hex down the Terrorblade. Spectral Haunt looking for the frontline attack, but that's why Somnus goes into the backline. The BKB, they're into the backline. Shaker, he's bouncing around. Hawk shot, she stuns on the way through. ES is gone. No buybacks available. Have LGD done it? They're holding Anna. Hold him in place. Chalice will find the damage. F5 will die for it. No, really? Anna is actually running away, but it won't stop Arme from blinking up, looking for the tier 3 tower. 2 players left alive for OG. They're the big ones, however. Thompson and Anna on the defense duty. Fortification. It's delayed as much as they possibly can. And now the jump out. Hex, the boy in the bubble. Thompson able to be protected once again. Chalice very, very low on mana. They have a lot, but Arme, he'll change the life with Anna. Thompson needs to be pushed away. Able to do so. FY jumps onto the illusion only, so the hookshot won't be able to connect. But Anna, he needs to retreat. There's so much damage. Anna down. Buyback is available. They still have not taken the mid racks. OG are just trying to delay LGD for the moment. 5 heroes around. The bubble is there protecting the melee racks. Anna, Sunder by once again. The Sunder switches the life. Arme's back up to full health, but the damage from Thompson, it's good enough to kill off the bait. Buyback is there. Somnus leads forward. They just keep bunching them around, but they're still battling from inside the bubble. Pugner will come to the world living LGD. They're going for the GG push. They're going up the tier 4 towers. OG, they have to hold the line. They have the numbers. 7 from the side with a Dagon. Arme, but no! Sunder is back up. It is there. Chalice will fall. They lose the Enchantress. FY pushing around Anna. He's so low. Can they get the die back on him? You bet your Nelly they can. Arme still very, very low. The blast will kill him off. But buyback. LGD want this now. LGD, or can they? Backing up? No, they're not. Terrorblade. BT's forward. The ball is up. Thompson needs to defend. X-Nova very visible. You've got a very, very low life Marana. But OG, they can't find the target. X-Nova, he's got the grip. He's got the control. He's got the kill. Thompson is down, but ES is up. Where the Echo Slam.
Oh, there it is.
Forward. There's your slam. There's the stun. There's the play. Jirax, the savior of OG.
1500 gold. He actually is going to go straight into the pipe here, opting to tank up even more.
Rolling boulder from
Another-
Seth misses again, but there's the invest bomb, and this time Ohio's in trouble. Roar will come out, they have the magnetize, they get off the silence as well, and Ohio will get right click down. The exorcism will go from Mushi, doing a decent amount of damage to that aggressive.
trouble.
The Borislow comes through, he has no infest, he has the armless toggle, needs to be careful, the Spirit Siphon coming out, the glimpse back onto aggressive, gets him back in there. They get the Grave off in time though, the open wounds will come through, they have the kinetic shield. There's the black hole, from the long ground, on to 3, Stefan's lost and one are gonna get chewed down. 3 dead. Mushi gets a double kill. DJ, are you kidding me, from the low ground?
DJ, God, the crowd here just goes insane as he hits the black hole of his life. And
Likely could just give this one up. The vision advantage with the Hawk does help. But nope, they're ready. They've actually got a smoke. They can bypass the Hawk with this, but
There's no way they take this in time. Fnatic need to get out. Mushi is going to be stunned by the boulder smash. They're going to come through. Showit looking for Ravage. Can't find it. Mushi pops the BKB early. Aggressive blinks in. Pops the rage as well. Still has his BKB ready to go. They really want to contest this and take it down as quickly as possible. They get the refresher for Ohio. It's coming out. Double Roar is ready. Can they find a kill off of this? Maybe he's walking up with the silver edge. Ohio's going to get caught first. Ravage catches onto 2. Black hole counter initiation. Static Storm on top. Aggressive is low. They get up to Static Storm. Showit pops the refresher. It's not enough. Maybe he's getting chewed by mid 1. They get up the Roar. They'll lose 2. They'll lose 3. They buy back on the Tide. He's got another Ravage. They have no buyback on Maybe. What an initiation from DJ.
Secures another kill, and Tongfu is going to continue to push. They're not done. Mech still hasn't even been used. There's a hook. Hal brought all the way back to the base, cleaned up by the fountain, and waddles his way back to the front lines.
Well, like I said, it does waste time, but they kind of need it. I mean, they need to be able to just eliminate somebody from the fight, very similar to what Mu can do for Tongfu. So if he had been a little bit farther up, he would have been able to throw the hook, but the thing is there was a range creep in the way. And there it is, yep.
Banana going for a ride on the Dindy Express. Welcome to the well. Aegis goes to Tongfu. And now charging back out. Dindy gonna be spotted, and he doomed to Chen. That's a much better choice. Oh, he got him! He got him! Not gonna follow it all the way because we got a battle to watch with Puppy. Trying to get away from it, gonna be telekinesed back. And they will be able to get him as well. There you so a 1-for-1 trade. And wow, Hal is still alive down there. Engagement breakout as Kuro. Oh, there we go. The hook, got him! Zhan Xing taking the long ride to Shanghai. Welcome home. Navi down. Can you say mega creeps? Navi, he got him. One more. This is what you call one for the road.
Man, I can't.
The game for IG. Who leads the way? I believe it should be Zoe. They're gonna cut for the shorter path. They storm up the river. Patience from Zoe. Waiting in the wings. Navi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep. The surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Light of heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Denny. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead. 4
heroes
IG.
dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's Light of Heaven with his BKB. They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd. The last tower will be going down.
Start the fight with that global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice is in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall when they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the torrent, cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's dead, but on the side, they find Arme. Arme's dead for 60. Still alive at the moment. And all the use! The dodge! Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Slap. Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kuka. The stolen Vision Jerax sets up onto FY. OG!
That this PL will continue just to BT split push this game out, get more and more money, and that for me is still the biggest problem for Evil Geniuses. Where do you go with this? Fear needs to have that damage dealing item.
But in order to do so, he's got to drop either his TP scroll or sell the Ring of Aquila. And Zamel, blink, Dragon Tail stun. Garda's going to be here with the hook shot as well. They're going to bite Zamel. The Cogs burn bought them a little bit of extra time. And with Zamel down and no buyback, Roshan is a very, very juicy target here for CDEC.
Yeah, EG are going to know they're going for it, though. First of all, it would be pretty obvious from the lane situation, but they also have a good ward around the river area to see that CDC are moving in there now. I don't think EG are interested in contesting this 4-on-5, but maybe they can delay it long enough for it to be a 5-on-5 if they Ice Blast and Fissure properly. There is no hook shot.
They're all together. DPD, here comes the Ice Blast ready.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here for the second series of the night between EHOME and Invictus Gaming. It is Amorpido and John X5 and John. Welcome back after what was quite an explosive series between IGV and of course SAG. And well, we're in for a new one, and the draft is upon us. EHOME going for that first pick quap straight off the bat.
Yep, they have had a pretty solid performance so far in the groups. Up against IG though, historically this one is IG favored by a big amount. We're talking about 3-7 in favor of IG, and well, EHOME in the past 2 series they faced up against recently haven't done too well. So we'll see whether or not EHOME does get that response. Both sides picking up probably the most popular flex heroes in every single region. Quap for EHOME, DK for IG, and we've seen both teams really work those heroes to great effect. We'll find out down the line where exactly they do want to lane them, but it's looking good so far with these kinds of openings.
Definitely does. EHOME.
Dire team pick.
The second pick up, they won't think too long about it. They'll go into that Treant Protector, and it's been a bit of time since we've seen that hero popping up, but it is very effective in shutting down the push potential of the DK, so you can't be too surprised by that pickup from EHOME. IG into the Mirana.
Yeah, they've got solid setup with the DK. Dragon Tail into the arrow is not too hard to pull off. We have seen Kaka do a lot of work in that. You have the flexibility to maybe run it as a core, although again, I believe that is pretty much just LGD doing that with a Mirana so far. So whether or not that's an option for IG, we'll find out if they do want that flex, but we've got that flexibility on the DK anyway. EHOME, I think the one thing with the Treant, as you mentioned, is that deep push potential. You know, the defense it just brings you is pretty darn good to stall out the tower pushes. We've seen this in effect a lot, and I think it really is a lot more magnified in this patch because of how fast those towers hit now. Just stalling it out just for a little bit more does make it tricky to actually close out that objective.
5 seconds.
Definitely does. Gee, well, they'll go into that ban phase now. EHOME, they remove the Bane. IG will take a bit of time to think about this next ban stage to themselves. But they'll get rid of the Bat Rider, which is fairly standard stuff when you do have the Dragon Knight. Just a very, very nice, easy counter to that DK. I would have said EHOME looks to be the favorites in this matchup as well, just based off the performance of IG and the performance of EHOME. It's hard to see that, considering LGD did beat EHOME 2-0 just yesterday. I would still say they are the favorites though, right? Like, even... I mean, they just in another tournament in the CDA DPL. They haven't been looking too flash hot, but they are destined to try and get to those upper bracket standings in this group stage. And just based off their play yesterday up against LGD, I mean, they were kind of really going back and forth. Neither side really wanted to wait to get some farm up before they fight. Yeah. They were just going right at it. And I wonder if EHOME does the same against IG, like whether they'll just start running at them by the 10-minute mark.
I think if you try that against IG, you probably will be able to take a lot of momentum away. The one thing with IG, right, with their playstyle, it depends a lot on Emo really building up. So you tend to see JT try to buy that space, Fly as well as a core does somewhat play a bit faster. Depends on just how well Emo's game goes. So if they do try to bring that pace out, I think it might throw IG off for a loop. Again, the past 2 series EHOME and IG have played have actually won out for IG, and historically this matchup is a lot more favored to them. But this is a new patch. This is the first time they are facing off against each other in 7.27, and we've seen a lot of teams sort of still try to adapt to the pace of the game. Like we've been seeing experimentation with drafts, we've been seeing experimentation with itemization on big cores. You know, with the nerf on Necronomicon, a lot of heroes are still trying to figure out what to get as a stopgap measure. The most common one now is drums, so it does allow a faster pace, and we'll see if both sides do adapt to that. But EHOME, I mean, they pulled it off. Well, they did manage to maintain that pace against LGD, and that was a pretty good showing. So I can't fault for thinking they are the favorites. They have been performing pretty solidly, at least, even though they lost that series out.
So that was a really intense series, that I'm gonna say, right? Like they were just, it could have gone either way at any moment. If LGD was like playing perfectly.
Oh yeah, it was like a, what was it, like almost a 5-minute long fight? Sometimes it felt like 7, just non-stop respawn fight. Towards the end, like they really do just want to play fast. And again, EHOME, well, they're used to that pacing. IG, we'll find out. They do pick up the Ogre in conjunction with the DK. Very solid for the DK to have that steroid. It's somewhat a setup for the Mirana Arrow, and it's just a very stable support. Hard to bully out of lane. Gives IG a way of maybe brute forcing their way through that Treant Protector living armor. And of course, gives you options for pause ones with that big steroid you do bring to the draft.
Yeah, that's true. EHOME, they're going to have to think about this third pickup now. They could just go for their position 4, unless it's going to be like a pause for but that's downfall. And they'll go for the Tiny.
Ooh.
Now, we saw this a couple days ago. I believe it was Somnus from LGD playing it. And it didn't look great, to say the least. Now, I don't think the pos 4 Tiny is too bad in conjunction, in comparison to the core Tiny, for example, that we saw the other day. But then again, it can be kind of lackluster as well. Once you get over the initial power spike of Avalanche Toss, once IG are able to survive through that, it can be a little bit tougher to get anything done on this Tiny.
Yeah, it's got a severe spike. Now, with a Queen of Pain with a Tiny, if you play with that momentum, it can snowball hard, but you have to really keep that pace up. IG, they pick up the Morph, and we've seen this before, right? The Morph Ogre, you can really beef up that Morphling to start dealing some damage early on, and you don't quite have any natural counter here for EHOME to deal with Morphling, so there's a lot of value there for IG in this hero.
I mean, I'd say even it's a great pick into a hero like the Queen of Pain as well, right? Because you get that easy blink just by morphing into that quap, but it's just like that added bonus of having so much mobility on a hero like Morphling. EHOME, they'll need to respond to it now. They've got 2 supports that don't necessarily want to build into Spirit Vessel. They might need something a bit different to deal with this Morph. This 4th pickup, oh, of course, how could I forget? The Visage was still available, EHOME will just take it, and now their draft looks really, really scary just based off the fact that they have Visage in their draft.
Oh yeah, that's it is really potent. Like, it comes online in a snap if you're not ready. We've seen it run in various roles. I'm not sure if this is going to be the Siler hero off the bat. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Just getting that early farm does lead you to being a lot more aggressive, and this lineup from EHOME now, it has some really early spikes. IG, they have to wait for the Morphling to find farm. Even their DK might need an initiation tool or 2. EHOME can just start these fights off the bat. They've got the timing with the toss. They've got the quap to close the gap. They've got great setup for a team fight from that tree and overgrowth. And you're not seeing the same control here from IG.
We'll get rid of the Conker now in this final ban phase. IG, I need a way to deal with this Visage. I don't really see much in the way of maybe the Mirana arrow, which, you know, you can kind of burst down the familiars and the creeps that the Visage does tend to bring with it. But apart from that, there's not much else to do with it. I'm not sure if you have any stats on the Visage right now with EHOME, but I believe you were saying the other day they have been quite successful playing this hero.
Yeah,
it's pretty sure it's Faith Beyond that takes it, right?
Yeah, I think that was actually, what was it? I want to say that was not EHOME, but I think it was RNG that have been prioritizing that, or was it CDA? No, it was CDA with AHME, with that Visage that they've been running a lot. EHOME, I don't remember it coming out as much, at least recently, you know, in very recent history. I think that was a lot more of a CDEC draft for AHME and Pause 1, and LGD with Chalice.
Oh, they
so that
definitely play it, though. Like, we've casted EHOME playing, Faith Beyond playing Visage quite a few times, a long time ago when Visage wasn't that popular.
Oh, yeah.
But we have seen him do it multiple times. It's very good at the hero, I'll give him that. In this current meta where we've seen Visage come out over and over again, especially in this Chinese region, most times we see it, it is impossible to stop.
Oh yeah, it's just difficult to trade.
The start it needs. Yeah.
It's really difficult to trade with Dominator creeps are so much stronger. Now, you mentioned Mirana, right? That can deal with Dominated creeps pretty nicely. That's something you would have to watch out for if you do go for that sort of build in the Visage, which, again, we've seen every single time the Visage has come out, just because of how strong those creeps are now. Like, it just really gives you the aggression in the early game. They do ban out the Luna from IG side, so we'll see what the last pickups here are for EHOME. They're going to have to reveal their full draft first, which might give IG some space here in their last pick.
May. EHOME. For potentially a safe lane carry, potentially another off lane for Faith Beyond, maybe throw the Visage safe lane. Again, you still want something that just comes on early here for EHOME. I don't think you necessarily need to try and beat out the Morphling in that later stage of the game. It might be a bit counterintuitive for EHOME to do that. What do they want?
Dire team pick.
Alright, so they go for the Ursa. Very capable of fighting. Very capable, very happy to do so. And it's just gonna be a matter of what kind of item build you go for in this Ursa. I think any item build in this game is probably gonna be effective, assuming the Visage has a good time. And that seems to be the main priority here, right? It's just give Faith a good start.
Yeah. And I don't think he's gonna have it too rough. You've got the Treant to save if ever you do drop low, and the Visage is already pretty tanky once you have a couple of levels in that Gravekeeper's Cloak. So there's a lot of durability that IG would have to eat through. EHOME as well, right? But the Ursa tiny. You don't have to worry too much about the early mobility issues the Ursa faces. You can just go straight to initiating in with a Queen of Pain to back you up. A lot of early momentum EHOME could look to secure out, and IG, and they've got that morph. There's just no two ways about it. The morph will need time to farm up. That's just the nature of that hero. So just going to be slightly slower for IG. They will have to focus more on the DK earlier on to give them that momentum. Maybe try to get that push going. They tighter draft up with the Veno as well. So it's that early spike the Venomancer gives you here. Just domination in the laning phase if you play your cards right. I do have to say that I'm still not too satisfied with seeing Venomancers in the game. You know, it is rather sensitive to the timings, but if you do hit that early stride, you can buy a lot of space for the morph. And the one great thing is you're always going to make it harder for Sylar to run around in these fights, no matter what.
No, I'd agree with that. The animal pans out. It's some interesting drafts from both sides. I love the fact that CQ does have the new tiny.
Oh yeah, that's
probably my favorite out of all of them. If I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah, it just confuses me a bit, Mike. Like, that's a tree grab. That's to turn into a skeleton.
Oh, stop it, John. People that make all these complaints about this doesn't make sense, and I mean, we're in a game. What do you want?
I'm just saying, it's a tree grab, right? You know, and it's tree volley. If you start tossing them, not a skeletal volley. Although that sounds more badass, to be fair. It certainly is true. More badass. That's a huge spine.
It is. It's what we call a theme job. You see, it's a theme of the original Tiny. So you don't need to change everything about Tiny to make the theme authentic, because it's just a theme. For all the Reddit users out there that keep complaining about this crap, it's a theme.
Oh. Oh man, still I want to see what Sin-Q can bring out here. It is the support Tiny, so you're not going to have that issue where scaling towards late game can be a bit iffy. Sin-Q just needs to have that laning impact, and there's a lot to be brought out here, especially with the lanes they have. Like Ursa Tiny lane is pretty devastating when you play your cards right. Even Visage Tiny, if you were running that duo, can really work out as well. So a lot to get done there, and nice to see the proper canon play here. It's been a while. Like, we haven't seen many players with it running it here, at least. So it's a good break of pace here.
I think so. Beautiful Arcana there from nothing to say. We'll get into it. Game number 1 of this best of 3 series, EHOME versus IG. You see how this one pans out. I'm not sure what Faith Beyond is saying. Because he is directing his attention towards Emo. They've begun it, and they seem to be very, very confident about this matchup.
Wow! That they are. In lobby a while ago, Kaka was just constantly saying go. No, they haven't even done the coin flip. He just wanted to go. So both teams are raring to go up against each other, and it'll be a pretty explosive one for both sides.
They're going to group up as 3 down to that bot lane, see if they can maybe get an early pick off here for the first blood. You do have plenty of pick off potential as well, right? You got the Fire Blast, the what's soon to be the arrow on Kaka available. You can just land the arrow. It's basically going to guarantee you a kill, but the same can be set up to that top lane. Fly already seems to understand that they might be hunting him down early on, and they will just stand by that tier 1 tower. And he wasn't wrong. Faith Beyond had gone for the Soul Assumption.
The battle begins.
Definitely was a lot of potential there as well, but nothing will come of it. Both teams will secure 2 bounty runes, and it's off to the laning stage.
Yeah, just a calm start for both sides. You are going to be seeing that dual lane of the Mirana Veno down bot. So JT and Kaka up together. We'll be laning against Sylar. Looks like you are seeing a bit of a tri lane up top first for EHOME. They want to kind of secure that first blood, and we do see this every now and again. CQ does go for the toss. You might want to go for a cheeky play here.
Try. I mean, you've got the toss back, but it's not like you've got a tier 1 tower to toss back too. It's just to try and set up an ollie. It gets very close. They will toss him out towards Y. Now, in fact, that's a lot of damage with that Soul Assumption. Faith Beyond helping out, and Sin-Q does set up the first kill of the game already. And immediately, we'll see Y just TP out. We'll support Sylar down to the bot lane.
This dual lane of Mirana Veno, it's potent in terms of damage output, but you don't really have too much setup for, say, an arrow hit, so it can be a bit tricky. Of course, the arrow can be used to scout out Y, so that mobility the Treant might have is somewhat limited, and the least Kaka can do is secure those range creeps.
Oh, bounty being placed on Sin-Q already. AG, not happy with this Tiny. Want him dead. See if they can make it happen. It's generally advised to not go into the Visage when he does have Soul Assumption up, because it can get quite painful for sure. Sin-Q might be looking for another toss, but no, he's just trying to harass our Lion. A lot of damage with that avalanche toss. It may be enough, and it is.
Ooh, yeah, nah, you cannot trade like that. It just escalates so fast. The burst damage of the Tiny builds up your charges for the Visage, then he just chains in and shift fast enough. It's a level 1 attribute attribute shift. It's just too slow. It's a tank true.
That is. Definitely susceptible to dying again if he's not too wary of that. As Faith Beyond does have mangoes up for that mana. It's the one thing that both these heroes struggle with is their mana pool being so low, but go up the Tiny, allow him to have that Toss Avalanche back up and running if he so wishes. Of course, we'll have a look at the other lanes, but we know we won't. There's something going on top lane. CQ was playing on to Fly, but we're getting harassed out by Fly now. No, Avalanche Toss again with the Soul Assumption. Fly will survive this time. CQ is going to chase him down. He won't be able to get within range, but that's fine because you're giving Faith Beyond so much free space on this Visage. And as it stands, Fly is unable to get much farm on this Morphling.
That's a really slow start for him. He's going to have to play catch-up in the jungle later on, which is an issue because Sylar is off to a fantastic start. So the opposing Pause 1 is just going to have all that space, and depending on how Sylar itemizes, it's going to be active a lot earlier as well.
Fly, Soul Assumption, they do get the kill onto CQ. This can apply some pressure now to Fly, but Faith Beyond, thinking he could get the kill, does try for it. Now he's out of mana, needs to make a run, but Ollie has the Fire Blast, and that means Faith does go down.
It's not the way you want that trade to go. It's a bit of a reset though for SinQ, and does try to close the gap, but not quite enough anymore. Now that you've bled out and Fly, those kills will be able to finish up his second Wraith Band, just getting some stat padding up. But it needs more regen to sustain this lane really, but can just slowly kind of soak back up with the tangos.
Lane, a bit of a rotation to come out now from Kaka on the Murano. Just gonna go off that power route down bot, but Y was there and does take the regen route. Kaka will be forced to take a bit of harassment on his way out. Of course, you know, the one lane we haven't really talked about too much is that bot lane where Sylar and JT are up together, and well, Sylar's actually having a decent enough time considering the matchup. Of course, JT is having a better time on the Venomancer, but that's kind of to be expected. I think it's the answer. As long as you're getting CS, you're happy just being alive in this lane.
Yeah, it's still a pretty decent time for Sylar. He's still having a better ramp up than Fly, considering the CS, and you know, it's a lot easier for our Ursa to dip into that jungle anyway. He clears out the camps pretty well and can actually start fighting earlier on if they're forced to, so there are more options for Sylar to kind of scale up, even with his slightly less than ideal start. Like JT though does have his Urn, and they can try to find charges now if they want to.
Just gonna, he's down wide, trying to get that bounty, and he does. Will just walk himself out. Just doing the standard Dream Protector things of healing up. I thought it was the tower, but the tower hasn't been touched, so Sylar's getting the living armor for himself, which is always nice. Just keeping him up to full HP constantly. You can see top lane, SinQ is looking for another way to get in range of Fly's bottom of mid lane. Nothing to say. Goes down to Kaka. Looks like that the Mirana arrow did end up landing, and catches out Quap.
It's pretty straightforward once you have that Dragon form on Emo. Dragon Tail to set up, and again, that combination is not one you can underestimate. It comes online fairly quick.
Yeah, but now Fly's did. SinQ, he does eventually get that Morphling, and that is going to be the third run, the second death of Fly. Top lane, are they going for that as well? Yeah, they are. JT, he's forced to TP out of there. He'll go, he'll get out on the Venom, but he'll have to make the walk back towards the lane. I'm not sure if I'd call this a win for IG at all. It's, the quad kill is very nice, but that Morphling dying over and over again, it's not going to feel good for Fly. And this Visage is slowly but surely making his way to that Helm of the Dominator. He's almost there.
Yeah, this is going to be an issue for IG, just getting Fly that space down the line. You're also seeing a bit of a slowdown from the rest of IG's heroes. Like, you got that early Urn on JT, but he's actually rushing the Midas next. So we'll see how much that does pay off. This is probably the second time we're seeing the Midas come out in the entirety of 7.27. The impact has been mixed, to say the least.
Lane, make a jump with nothing to say, but they have plenty of help around. Ollie should go down for this. Avalanche will connect. Ollie's still trying to run, but nothing to say. We'll just blink in. Kill the kill with the screen. And that seems to be where all of IG's focus has been. Just on that mid lane, trying to shut down this Queen of Pain and not allow her to spitball out of control either. But it's allowing things like this to happen. We're seeing Q top lane is trying to fly now. Wait it out, fly. Avalanche, toss, and soul assumption is not going to be enough. He does survive, but he thought he was dead. He stood still for a while.
Oh, yeah, that's an issue now. The burst damage is just not enough, and he's got a Morbid Mask on fly. It's a lot easier to just farm that jungle.
Go on to that top. They do get the Dragon Tail, and Arrow does connect. Great connection there from Karkana. They're trying to kill Ollie at least. CQ does get the haste rune, and we'll just try to make a run for it. And now Faith Beyond gonna bring himself in, does get the kill on the Ogre. But IGV should still be very satisfied with that, considering they did kill off that Queen of Pain.
That's a very worthwhile trade for IG. They forced a rotation out from Faith Beyond, buying some space for Fly up top. So Morphling gets to recover just a bit better. He's actually not too far behind, considering that start. Like, Siler's only about 200 gold ahead. Really not losing out as much on this Morph as you'd expect, considering how bullying Faith Beyond's been. It's just not been enough to really slow that pace out.
Blackball is actually doing a decent enough time. Yeah, he's having a decent enough time with this Morph for sure. I think Q's gonna come back in. They know exactly where he is. There's that Avalanche. He's already strength morphing. That'll be enough to get out. But now the familiars are on top of Fly, and they're just gonna disrupt his farm. They'll try to take that stack of neutrals, but Faith Beyond will have none of it. Bot lane, why? Will go down. Karka again on that Mirana, just chasing him down, securing the kill.
Yeah, and this is the point where the Veno can start applying a lot of good pressure on the towers. Now, there is that living armor. JT has been given a free swing.
In lane. What a commitment here, but EHOME do secure the kill now. Flying away from him after that Queen of Pain, but he's going to be very wary of the damage from the Ursa, but he just gets himself out. Now Ollie's going to be in danger. That Soul Assumption, again, is just so much damage. And it seems as though EHOME are ready to perhaps push in that T1 bit tower a little bit.
Yeah, you can push really fast with those familiars, and that dominating creep with this tower will not take too many hits. You're gonna have to probably give it away. They already used their fort earlier on.
JT at least bottom T1. They're still trying to defend this. Fly trying to focus in on those familiars. They might actually get one. No, he'll just respawn them. Never really want to give that free gold away if you can avoid it. And so they don't really get T1, but they do get a substantial amount of damage now. The only thing is though, JT is still just really pushing this part away from the end, and with that Midas coming out now, that Metaman, so his farm is set to escalate even further.
Yeah, this is a steady way to build up a good EXP advantage on this hero as well. So once you have max levels in every single laning skill, you're just going to do a lot of damage. And EHOME, none of them are building up for an early pipe or an early BKB, so the impact of JT is still really big.
That T1 is definitely going to help them. Now Emo will just pop the dragon form. This is the idea you get from IG. You hold off enough, you give Fly more space to that morphing, and eventually he'll become a powerhouse. As I say, that Sal is currently chasing Karka down up at that top lane. This is the Earth Shock, and Karka should just be okay, as Arrow doesn't connect either. JT tries to come in. Mid-lane Fly. Getting caught out on the morphing. I thought it would just be farming, but really he was trying to help defend them. Well, that T1 tower is definitely gone now. After Emo, Avalanche did connect, but they won't chase him any further. He'll be fine to just walk himself out. say, I mean, he'll be scouted out by Kaka, who's just trying to take the power rune away from this swap. It will spawn bot anyway, so the haste rune will be picked up, and Syncube doesn't seem to be done. Run it Ollie. He'll have the into Faith Beyond, and that is a very dangerous position to be in. We'll find another kill for this Visage.
It's just piling up this early aggression they're getting out with Faith Beyond. He even has that frost armor creep to give him a lot more ability, and JT top.
Commits the poison but you've got enough to say with the Sonic Wave committed, and you will get the kill. And well, that'll allow Silo to just keep freely farming himself up at top lane, and EHOME are definitely in control. Now you look at that net worth, and it's actually 1k the way of IG right now, surprisingly enough. That's pretty much all JT on that Venom.
Yeah, it's I would say that's the best investment of this early gold for IG. Again, you want to keep dominant with that Venom, so this is on track, but JT has not been joining fights. JT has not had an impact on the engagements against EHOME. That means this gold advantage is not really playing a factor there. So that's something IG has to consider. They are slowly building up though. Like, Emo's got the drums up, so his fighting presence is a bit better. Flyfly is going straight for the Yasha into what I assume is the meta. At that point, maybe you're in fighting shape, but there's a lot really flying out here. You've got the mech in Faith Beyond. The sustain with the mech and the living armor might be a bit too much to handle at this point.
A bit tough. They're gonna go up towards that top one. So I was already started on it, and Q just pulls off. The tier 1 tower up that top lane, and they're going to be ready to defend the tier 1 mid tower if they feel like they need to.
Yeah. Let's go into Q. He's going to have a really good time in that blink. It's just going to enable him to be a menace on this Tiny, as he can go in, really get the jump on that Morph and secure a lot more kills.
Try and buy more time. Flyfly is still doing an okay job at that bot lane. Pinging him out. Wise telling his team, let's go, the Morphing's here. Flyfly is Agimorph to the max to boot, so it's like the perfect time to do this. They're trying to gank Y. He is baiting. Syncue is waiting for that avalanche shot, and he does have the blink up. So Flyfly, if he gets caught by that avalanche, he's gone, but Syncue gonna TP way to chance now. Just watching what's happening. Jumping back in on that Morph. There he goes. And top lane, Faith Beyond ended up killing off Ego on the DK.
Oh no, that is too much to give to EHOME. The patience for them to find that kill onto the Morph. I mean, he should really just be farming and have the Yasha up Mike, but he's forced in a situation where they do have to try to split push to get control on the map, and with that kind of set of kills, EHOME are free to go into the Roshan. And Ursa, this doesn't take too long.
It does not. They've getting a bit unlucky there with the Roshan aggro. It took out his dominator. He was trying to protect it, but the Roshan's just a very, very angry man today. So they will kill off the Roshan. Sala will take the Aegis on the Ursa. Speaking of Sala, he's very close to that Battle Fury build. And at the top of the net worth board without that Battle Fury up. So he is actually going to be able to snowball into that late game up against the Morphling of IG. And that's just another concern here for IG, because you haven't really even got the late game to fall back on with this Morph DK. So the Ursa can be quite devastating even in those stages of this kind of item build-up.
Yeah, the biggest thing here for IG is that you're not going to see too much scaling for JT. Like, yeah, he's had this amazing start. He's been able to go for this Midas build. He's got the Spirit Vessel. He has not had a presence in these fights. He needs to help his team up now and start giving that space away towards Flyfly, towards Emo, because these heroes really need to get big. He is trying to force bot lane. This might get a response from Emo. Perhaps.
Ollie getting that Tinkle Ward out. Seems like nothing to say, doesn't really want to get involved right down that top. He's trying to go for the other. But Syncube can, and JT's gonna die. That avalanche toss. It's just too much damage at the moment. Now nothing to say. sees an easy kill. I'll join in. I'll please guarantee to die. And while this has been happening, they've been trying to force in the tier 2 tower, which does up from 5-1 more to defend.
Radiant's middle tower.
But they're just showing up on all parts of the map, EHOME. They're not looking up on any form of pressure across these lanes.
That they are. Got that Battle Fury up on Styler now, so his farm just skyrockets with the drums on top, and I mean he already overtook JT. JT's just kind of dying in the side lanes. This investment on the Veno early on, it's certainly not paying off yet. They need to really start playing around with Veno while he's still big. Now, like, you're not seeing the BKBs yet, you're not seeing the pipes yet from the side of EHOME. So this is when the Veno can really shine, but IG has just not grouped up to try and force that out. They're just still taking it slow, trying to build up. You're not seeing too much great progress here on, say, Flyfly. Flyfly's just finished his Yasha up. That's not enough. You have the blink of Evo, though.
This initiation is cancelled. While this CQ, what a sudden way down from not the same. They do get the quad kill, but at what cost? Ollie, he's down. There goes JT. He plans to finish beyond. Ollie's gone. There's only one man left, and it's going to be Flyfly. And he's just trying to farm. He doesn't want any part of this.
Oh man, it's that was the funny enough. That was the blink reveal on the DK. No, not quite the blink you'd want. And EHOME, if they win that fight, they're fully aware of that initiation tool. They're free to do what they want. They've still got the Aegis on Sylar. He's still saving up towards this next item, which he hasn't queued up, but should just be, I wouldn't be surprised if he just went straight for the Basher missile. I mean, DKB would be the smarter play, but you're not seeing any control coming out from IG. They just always get controlled up by EHOME.
I mean, you don't need to be. Just like you said, they're not in a position to fight back. Will just snowball this already pretty big lead from EHOME to an even bigger lead. But it's up to Sylar. We'll see what he does to side on. Of course, Faith has the Guardian Greaves up to help him out with even more sustain now. And I can only wonder what Faith's going to go for next, but I imagine it probably will be something with the Aghanim Scepter. I mean, even the things like the AC, just any kind of aura item is pretty darn great on the Visage. Now, they're picking up that mid lane tier 2. They don't want to let up, and I don't quite blame them.
They just want to take control on that map. You've seen IG posture around the triangle, try to clear out that tier 1 top, and there isn't going to be a defense just yet. You could just go for the sprint for a tier 3 crate.
Yeah, I mean, the tier 1, it goes down. They do glyph.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And they just take time getting more as fast as they possibly can. Team 2 still going to be under pressure. They it's not decided to back off yet. Final. His Aegis does expire, so this could be a nice little opening for the planet Mind. But the problem is he's going to have Wyatt on that bot lane. He's going to do triple things. He'll just force it up, fill it up all the way back up to the 4 HP.
Radiant's top tower.
EHOME might go aggressive now. Here. Take the outpost. Looks like it's about that time they take Dire control. Rather ready control of this Dire jungle.
It's limiting the areas IG can play. They smoke up as well. They want to try to hunt someone down. The issue is IG, they're not here, except for JT.
Moonlight Shadow was out at the time. But yeah, no, JT just showed himself. That's basically a guaranteed. Avalanche costs already takes down half of his HP. There's some things we never talked about either. We commented on how the Tiny's a pretty lackluster hero at the moment. But when you combine it with the Visage that needs that burst damage to get the sole assumption to just get max damage ASAP, it's kind of open.
Radiant's middle tower.
Mid lane. Emo will be fine.
Yeah, it's pretty busted just how much words they're getting out here. IG, I mean, they've just blended out. It's now a 10k advantage for EHOME. All the cores looking good. The progression in IG's farm just not up to par. Fly, he's got his man pile up. That's basically it. The Morphling needing a lot more to come out. And even Emo, after that blink, he's only forced to fight once with blink.
Runs again on the JT, who is showing mid. Just never ends this aggression. Wait for mid. Trying for something. Arrow hitting him from 6Q, but he can silo. Firefly's going to be very, very careful. They do also get nothing to say. Maybe now they take the team fight, but someone with his own BKB just keeps going forward. The stun's coming out from this Visage is a real problem, but they get an arrow off. The Versus big caught. They toss him up and get the kill. Now Fade, well, he will get the lead, but can he make a run for it? He does have help in the form of White coming in. They do have open cast vessel. Now the Morphling may have overstayed his welcome in this mid lane, or maybe not Fly. He will wait for him away. The sole assumption kills off Kafka. Fly still looking down to the Can they get the hit off? They can. Faith will take a triple kill on the Visage.
Oh boy, that is messy. They clean up Siler, sure, but with Vic being alive, he should push.
Yeah, he just slowly but surely will start chipping away at that tier 3. You know, eventually you back off, but if you get half the HP of that tier 3 tower, it's not all bad news. I mean, that was still quite a successful team fight, all things considered as well for IG, right? Because you've still got 3 heroes that you really shouldn't have gotten. But, you know, ultimately, it is still a win.
Yeah, the one thing was that Siler never got to use that Enrage. Just got controlled up a bit too early for him to pop his ult, so there's that to factor in, too.
Oh, Lynch cost back. The light's not going to help. They have the protection. Not under all the arrow. Faith is currently 10-1 and 10. This Visage now. Not looking to stop anytime soon. We'll see where they go now. They just don't want to stop. They want to keep going.
It's a huge spike here for EHOME. They can just continuously play aggressive. They're trying to hunt though. Why? Scouts them out.
He does. They don't want to give that outpost back. Kaka, he'll be out of there. He just leaps away. They know Emo's around there somewhere. To nothing to say. Does get the bounty, just missed the TP play. Oh, but CQ as the Yule cancellation, and now Emo. No way of surviving this. Does go down, and it's real unfortunate. He was getting very close to that BKB recipe to finish off that full BKB. Not so much anymore.
Yeah, he really needs that just stand and fight. Once you do have at least one BKB on IG's side, that instantaneous burst, that stun Q and they can't have doing. Ooh. That was close, but not quite close enough. Still, that opens up the high ground.
It does. It's not. That might change enough for Emo.
Look at that.
That is insane. They'll keep going. And eventually, EHOME, tier 3 tower, that'll be enough. Emo was this morning, they were getting quite low on Sila. No need to rush this for them. Of course, got another Roshan up. So it might be about that time to go back into the Roshan pit and secure the next Aegis. And as it stands, it's hard to see IG being able to contest this Roshan play.
Yeah, it's tricky. They try maybe, but that's fully where they don't have wards in the area. And does fall short, so they're just gonna get a free rush once more, you know.
There it goes. Aegis on Sila. Nothing to say, we'll take the cheese. You might just go back towards that mid-high ground if you are the side of EHOME. Of course, you could also just go for that top tier 2 tower and finish off all the towers.
Siler?
Well, could be in trouble. Siler might lose that Aegis. lunge at it, maybe pop. IG, they want this. They're smoked up, they're looping right behind. They seem to be hating the Psylocke. And IG, they pick up on it. Back up, is it too late? Smoke looking, they know they're somewhere there, but the dust will not reach anyone. IG barely avoiding the massacre that was to be themselves. Had EHOME made it in time.
Oh yeah, scary spot. This is giving a lot of space to Silent. He's pocketing 4K and whatever he builds for next is just going to be big. I'd say just straight into the Abyssal. Does go for the Basher first.
It's about that
straightforward. That's the shotgun for Warplane flying out though. Flies can have that. There it is.
There it is. And EHOME straight onto that. The sun, they want to burst down. But he can't kill him quite yet. Sonic Wave, nothing to say. He hit all four of them. Right now, just in the middle of nowhere. Ollie goes down. JT up in the Poison Nova. They'll try to beat Fly out, but no. The stuns are out from Fate Beyond. He has plenty of them. In the back line, it's nothing to say. He's still dealing with the rest. And that's... I don't want to say that's it, because they do still have that tier 2 turner off of that top lane. But that's going to give EHOME an ATP net worth leading here. That definitely is it. They call them.
Oh yeah, it's EHOME just that aggression we were talking about that they've been bringing out. IG wasn't ready for it, and EHOME do break that streak against IG. Pull that first win in the series. Let's see if they can carry through it.
$1,500 gold. He actually is going to go straight into the pipe here, opting to tank up even more.
Rolling boulder from Sep misses again, but there's the invest bomb, and this time Ohio's in trouble. Roar will come out, they have the magnetize, they get off the silence as well, and Ohio will get right click down. The exorcism will go from Mushi, doing a decent amount of damage to that aggressive. The Borslow comes through, he has no infest, he has the armlet toggle, needs to be careful, the Spirit Siphon coming out, the glimpse back onto aggressive, gets him back in there. They get the grave off in time though, the open wounds will come through, they have the kinetic shield. There's the black hole, Rebel long ground, on to 3, Sep as well as M1 are gonna get chewed down. 3 dead. Mushi gets a double kill. DJ, are you kidding me, from the low ground?
DJ, God, the crowd, he just goes insane as he hits the black hole of his life. And
likely could just give this one up. The vision advantage with the Hawk does help. But nope, they're ready. They've actually got a smoke. They can bypass the Hawk with this, but
there's no way they take this in time. Fnatic need to get out. Mushi is going to be stunned by the boulder smash. They're going to come through. Showit looking for Ravage, can't find it. Mushi pops the BKB early, aggressive blinks in, pops the rage as well, still has his BKB ready to go. They really want to contest this and take it down as quickly as possible. They get the refresher for Ohio. It's coming out. Double Roar is ready. Can they find a kill off of this? Maybe he's walking up with the Silver Edge. Ohio's going to get caught first. Ravage catches onto 2. Black Hole counter initiation. Static Storm on top. Aggressive is low. They get up to Static Storm. Showit pops the refresher. It's not enough. Maybe he's getting chewed through by mid 1. They get up the Roar. They'll lose 2. They'll lose 3. They buy back on the Tide. He's got another Ravage. They have no buyback on Maybe. What an initiation from DJ.
Secures another kill, and Tongfu is going to continue to push. They're not done. Mech still hasn't even been used. There's a hook. Howl brought all the way back to the base. Cleaned up by the fountain, and waddles his way back to the front lines.
Well, like I said, it does waste time, but they kind of need it. I mean, they need to be able to just eliminate somebody from the fight, very similar to what Mu can do for Tongfu. So if he had been a little bit farther up, he would have been able to throw the hook, but the thing is there was a range creep in the way. There it is, yep.
Banana going for a ride on the Dindy Express. Welcome to the well. Aegis goes to Tongfu. And now charging back out. Dindy going to be spotted, and he gets, no, he doomed to Chen. That's a much better choice. Oh, he got him. He got him. Not going to follow it all the way because we got a battle to watch with Puppy. Trying to get away from it. Going to be telekinesis back. And they will be able to get him as well. There you so a 1-for-1 trade. And wow, Hal is still alive down there. Engagement breakout as Kuro. Oh, there we go. The hook got him. Zhan Xing taking the long ride to Shanghai. Welcome home. Navi's down. Can you say mega creeps? Navi, he got him. One more. This is what you call one for the road.
Man, I can't.
The game for IG. Who leads the way? I believe it should be Zoe. They're going to cut for the shorter path. They storm up the river. Patience from Zoe. Waiting in the wings. Navi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep. The surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Light of heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Dendy. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead.
5 heroes dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's light of heaven with his BKB. They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd. The last tower will be going down.
Start the fight with that global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice is in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall, but they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the torrent, cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's dead, but on the side, they find Arme. Arme's dead for 60. Still alive at the moment. Oh, the use! The dodge! Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Slap. Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kuka. The stall of Vintage Jerax sets up onto FY. OG!
But this PL will continue just to BT split push this game out. Get more and more money. And that, for me, is still the biggest problem for Evil Geniuses. Where do you go with this? Fear needs to have that damage-dealing item. But in order to do so, he's got to drop either his TP scroll or sell the Ring of Aquila. And Sumail, blink, Dragon Tail stun. Garda's going to be here with the hookshot as well. Laguna bites Sumail. The Colts boom. The Colts burn bought them a little bit of extra time. And with Sumail down and no buyback, Roshan is a very, very juicy target here for CDEC.
Yeah, EG are going to know they're going for it, though. First of all, it would be pretty obvious from the lane situation, but they also have a good ward around the river area to see that CDEC are moving in there now. I don't think EG are interested in contesting this 4-on-5, but maybe they can delay it long enough for it to be a 5-on-5 if they Ice Blast and Fissure properly. There is no hook shot.
They're all together. PPD, here comes the Ice Blast, ready for the dodge! In from Universe! Into disaster! CDEC! They're going to get wiped from the face of the earth, apart from aggressive. He'll jump out, but the Wombo combo perfectly hits from Evil Geniuses. And now they will take Roshan. Sumail is back, they'll get the egg into the Immortal.
OG right behind Arme. Gets the jump, finds the Pugner. Vision will not find a stun. Pugner with no buyback. OG, they were really playing with fire. The Hex down the Terrorblade. Spectral Haunt looking for the frontline attack, but that's why Somnus goes into the backline. The BKB, they're into the backline. Shaker, he's bouncing around. Hawk shot, she stuns on the way through. ES is gone. No buybacks available. Have LGD done it? They're holding Anna. Hold him in place. Chalice will find the damage. F5 will die for it. No, really? Anna is actually running away, but it won't stop Arme from blinking up, looking for the tier 3 tower. 2 players left alive for OG. They're the big ones, however. Thompson and Anna on the defense duty. Fortification. It's delayed as much as they possibly can. And now the jump out. Hex, the boy in the bubble. Thompson able to be protected once again. Chalice very, very low on mana. They have a love at Arme. He'll change the life with Anna. Thompson needs to be pushed away. Able to do so. FY jumps onto the illusion only, so the hookshot won't be able to connect. But Anna, he needs to retreat. There's so much damage. Anna down. Buyback is available. They still have not taken the mid racks. OG are just trying to delay LGD for the moment. 5 heroes around. The bubble is there protecting the melee racks. Anna, Sunder! Once again, the Sunder switches to life. Arme's back up to full health, but the damage from Thompson, it's good enough to kill off the bait. Buyback is there. Somnus leads forward. They just keep bunching them around, but they're still battling from inside the bubble. Pugner will come to the world living LGD. They're going for the GG push. They're going up the tier 4 towers. OG, they have to hold the line. They have the numbers. Step in from the side with a Dagon. Arme, but no! Sunder is will fall. They lose the Enchantress. FY pushing around Anna. He's so low. Can they get the dive back on him? You bet your Nelly they can. Arme still very, very low. The blast will kill him off. But buyback. LGD want this now. LGD, or can they? Backing up? No, they're not. Terrorblade. BT's forward. The ball is up. Thompson needs to defend. X-Nova very visible. You've got a very, very low life Miranda. But OG, they can't find the target. X-Nova, he's got the grip. He's got the control. He's got the kill. Thompson is down, but ES is up. Where the Echo slam. Oh, there it is. Forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's the play. Jirax, the savior of OG.
1,500 gold. He actually is going to go straight into the pipe here, opting to tank up even more.
Rolling boulder from Seth misses again, but there's the invest bomb, and this time Ohio's in trouble. Roar will come out, they have the magnetize, they get off the silence as well, and Ohio will get right-click down. The exorcism will go from Mushi, doing a decent amount of damage to that aggressive. The Borslow comes through, he has no infest, he has the armlet toggle, needs to be careful, the Spirit Siphon coming out, the glimpse back onto aggressive, gets him back in there. They get the Grave off in time though, the open wounds will come through, they have the kinetic shield. There's the black hole, Rebel long ground, on to 3, Step as well as them one are gonna get chewed down. 3 dead. Mushi gets a double kill. DJ, are you kidding me, from the low ground?
DJ, God, the crowd here just goes insane as he hits the black hole of his life. And
likely could just give this one up. The vision advantage with the Hawk does help. But nope, they're ready. They've actually got a smoke. They can bypass the Hawk with this, but
there's no way they take this in time. Fnatic need to get out. Mushi is going to be stunned by the boulder smash. They're going to come through. Showit looking for Ravage. Can't find it. Mushi pops the BKB early. Aggressive blinks in. Pops the rage as well. Still has his BKB ready to go. They really want to contest this and take it down as quickly as possible. They get the refresher for Ohio. It's coming out. Double Roar is ready. Can they find a kill off of this? Maybe he's walking up with the Silver Edge. Ohio's going to get caught first. Ravage catches onto 2. Black Hole counter initiation. Static Storm on top. Aggressive is low. They get up to Static Storm. Showit pops the refresher. It's down enough. Maybe he's getting chewed through by mid 1. They get up the Roar. They'll lose 2. They'll lose 3. They buy back on the Tide. He's got another Ravage. They have no buyback on Maybe. What an initiation from DJ.
Secures another kill, and Tongfu is going to continue to push. They're not done. Mech still hasn't even been used. There's a hook. Howell brought all the way back to the base. Cleaned up by the fountain. And waddles his way back to the front lines.
Well, like I said, it does waste time, but they kind of need it. I mean, they need to be able to just eliminate somebody from the fight, very similar to what Mu can do for Tongfu. So if he had been a little bit farther up, he would have been able to throw the hook, but the thing is there was a range creep in the way. There it is, yep.
Banana going for a ride on the Dindy Express. Welcome to the well. Aegis goes to Tongfu. And now charging back out. Dindy gonna be spotted, and he doomed to Chen. That's a much better choice. Oh, he got him! He got him! Not gonna follow it all the way because we got a battle to watch with Puppy. Trying to get away from it, gonna be telekinesed back. And they will be able to get him as well. There you so a 1-for-1 trade. And wow, Hal is still alive down there. Engagement breakout as Kuro. Oh, there we go. The hook, got him! Zhan Xing taking the long ride to Shanghai. Welcome home. Navi down. Can you say Mega Creeps? Navi, he got him! One more! This is what you call one for the road!
Man, I can't.
The game for IG. Who leads the way? I believe it should be Zoe. They're gonna cut for the shorter path. They storm up the river. Patience from Zoe. Waiting in the wings. Navi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep. The surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Light of heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Dendy. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead.
5 heroes dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's Light of Heaven with his BKB. They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd. The last tower will be going down.
Start the fight with that global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice is in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall, but they'll drag back the Amber Spirit into the torrent, cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's dead, but on the side. They find Arme. Arme's dead for 60. Still alive at the moment. And all the use! The dodge! Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Slam Sudden as he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kuka. The stall of Vintage Jerax sets up onto FY. OG!
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here for game number 2 of this best of 3 series between EHOME and Invictus Gaming. It is MLP Running Science, John. Welcome back.
Seconds remaining.
A rather dominant game 1 victory from EHOME and IG. I believe they found the answer to their problems. They've banned out the message.
Oh yeah, that was a massive issue from the get-go. John just working wonders with SinQ's Tiny, and what's that great combination that they can constantly pump out instant charts for that assumption, and it's too much to handle. So IG don't want to deal with it, take it out. They do still have a lot to fix up. The pace of the game IG was did not line up with what EHOME was bringing in. They were just so aggressive all the time. Got a lot of early kills. They just kept running against IG, and IG, they got a lot of space on JT because of that. On the Vetman, I mean, again, just top, it really drops off very hard. Let's see whether or not IG do correct those issues in the draft and fix up their playstyle and try to force a game 3 here.
I'm very off their draft with Phoenix. This might actually force IG to go into that Mars pickup straight off the bat, but they'll go for the Venge, which does open up the Mars now for EHOME if they want Rock and the Oxname. They will go into the Train Protector. You gotta admit, I mean, why we're having a great old game last game around as well, just not allowing any towers. They will just have the same sort of ability in this game.
And I do like the combination. Overgrowth with a Supernova is very hard to deal with when you do pop that initiation, right? IG, you do pick up the Mirana along with Avenge. We've seen this combination a couple of times. A lot of potency there with swap arrow or the stun for the arrow, and it is pretty solid in terms of control. And the Avenge aura does play nice with Mirana and Spear heroes. So this is a solid start for IG as well. I will have to favor EHOME's. I think the sustain you're getting from the Treant and from the Phoenix can be tricky to deal with.
That it can. They just want to go back into that Mirana, though, just having that very, what seems to be a very OP hero right now in that position 4 role, and seen a lot of good work out of Miranas over these past few days. Because you generally want some kind of setup up until you can get the Yules up on that Mirana, but they've got the Venge for now. EHOME, they'll go into that second ban phase. And I wonder what they could possibly be worried about to ban out. Really, like, that game 1 wasn't even really close. There was some moments of brilliance from IG for sure, but they just destroyed them with that Visage Ursa. There's not really much else to say about it. It's kind of like, what do you want to get rid of here if you're EHOME? For now, they'll get rid of the Beastmaster. The IG will expect ban out the Mars as well.
Yeah, it's surprising though. Like, the DK and the Quap do stay unbanned, Mike. Those are pretty solid options for both teams to dip into now as well.
They might just leave them. And I don't necessarily recommend they do. I'm sure IG would go back into the DK if it is going to be left. See if EHOME want to get rid of it now. I mean, you see DK Mirana so often. It's almost a guaranteed pick from IG. And again, EHOME might. Last game around, they didn't have any problems with the DK, and this time they have the Phoenix with Sunray. You add the Spiritverse on top of that, and DK just melts. So you might not care too much if they do go for that mid DK again.
Yeah, I think the one thing you do get with that DK is set up for the arrow, Dragon Tail arrow. We saw that play a couple of times, so it is potent. He left it slide through, ban out the Enigma last, so that does leave that here in for IG.
It does. And the Quap IG, unless they plan to take it for emo.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't necessarily recommend giving it
5
back the way it
seconds
is.
remaining.
Then again, IG could go for something like that Violent pickup that we do see that does generally counter out heroes like the Quap in that mid lane. I'll have a think about it. There's plenty of reserves to use up.
It's rather fascinating that EHOME does sort of let the Luna combination avenge slide proof if IG wants to consider that. That is pretty. We have seen Lunas really play fast with the right kind of a lineup. Can get that up and running fairly quick.
They'll get rid of the PO.
10
So
seconds
now,
remaining.
you want the DK, you pop. We got emo looks playing Arc Warden. Do you really do you want to go into that? I mean, I hope, you know, if he wants.
Team pick.
Cut the over again.
It's all. You can really speed up your heroes' right clicks to each Phoenix Egg now. You open up the possibilities for a lot of safe lane force that really benefit from that steroid. Might even look at perhaps a faceless void you could consider yourself. You've got the Venge in your mind. So you can, if you don't need to worry about any natural counter coming out here for IG if they do opt for that faceless void. Just kind of work over growth, but that's basically it. Growth and egg. Just gonna time yourself around it. If they want that control still, EHOME, they've got to pick up what they want first and then able to cancel that. They get the Quap, of course, stayed in the and you've already seen what it can do. Let's say so. Not too surprising. Gives them really solid momentum still. In Phoenix, you're getting great team fight, and it's still a pretty darn good page if you don't.
So then, do you just take the Viper now? If you're IG, like
5 seconds remaining.
take the Viper and dominate that Quap.
It fits really nicely. You've got the air to speed up your right clicks as well. You're going to be able to eat through the regeneration that the tree mix can pump out, and it just kind of answers all the issues there. Go with them. It's an interesting one. You've got the Ogre this time to help you, right? So you can't fight Row or IG. Should be a build up for Fly. So it really depends on what EHOME grabs for that off lane, though. Like they've already. It's more before. I'm sure EHOME will try to apply that same amount of pressure and make it hellish to find farm.
Sure. So EHOME, I think a bit of a think about their cups now. They'll probably go 8th lane call. They do take Faith Beyond Zero till last. Aside going into that morphing, I mean, what do you want here? You have to deal. You could go for the terror, but generally speaking, it doesn't tend to be too good into the morphing once they have shotgun up. You don't have burst to fall back to either. But if you want to go back to Zoom meta, there is Lycan. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, it fast pace, and we've already seen them bring out that objective-based momentum with that Visage. Lycan does the same thing, except just in a different focus, much less focus on really just about the objective form. So it could be a good pivot for you. Instead, they get to pick up the DK. So they've got the Quap, they've got the DK, they've got the flexibility to close out their draft, because now IG's got to figure out what that mid lane matchup will be. You can just toss either one to the safer off, to the offer mid if you wanted to.
The one hero that would have worked really well was the Viper, and EHOME expanded out now. So you won't have that option available BKB to go into. The draft from EHOME, it's not anything special, but it is very effective in what it does need to do. Just kill heroes and put in towers. And of course sustain their own towers, because Premium Protector is the only hero in the game that can actually kill towers. Get rid of the AM now, IG. So just still wanting to really resort back to the position 1 bans. So they believe it is offlane DK this game.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think we see play that too often, but again, he has already played it before, and it's still effective in that role. You know, it might not be the most disruptive against the Morph, but most certainly will hit its pace. Just need to hit the level 6 mark and aim to find those fights and early towers anyway. So offlane DK not be too tricky here. Just you to have a better time in the Morph if that is the case.
10 seconds remaining.
The Conga last burnout.
Radiant team pick.
IG, they get rid of the Lycan. I do like that because there definitely was potential for Lycan to come out. And you don't really want to lose in that kind of way, especially after having to play up against the Visage in that last game. This last pick at EHOME, not much reserve time left to think about it once they do into that reserve time. What's the
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Templar Assassin.
Okay, so now there's 3 mid laners coming up.
Wow.
The Templar Assassin is there now.
Yeah, that's a lot of flexibility for EHOME. We want to lane who is interesting to see. I think in this case you might run the DK off for Fate Beyond just because it can be more aggressive and that might be what we're seeing here for EHOME. I think that's the best way to run it, just because Quap can apply more pressure on the Morphling as an offlaner. And it does enjoy that slow farm up. You know, it's just a free lane. You build up, you're not getting pulled out by the opposing offlaner anyway. The big thing is, there's not much to counteract that TA here for I to close up with. They could try, or I don't know, if the Spirit Brothers are big, maybe the Ember Spirit. Oh no, the Ember Spirit's gone. Void Spirit might be decent, or Storm if you wanted to. Not entirely sure if you really want to set that pace when you already have more. Void Spirit might be able to give more space if IG did want to close out that way. But you've got the Arc Warden still unbanned if I wanted to pull that emo special out.
You're gonna have a think about it. Still plenty of time. Again, the draft is very scary, though, right? Like, you look at that TA, she's gonna go for that Blink Deso. You look at the DK, look at the Pain. All these heroes are very strong. All of them really take off in that mid game. And they are not looking to give any space over to Fly on that Morph. If it is going to be Fly on the Morphling. They're going to use all the reserve time for this tunnel.
You may now select your heroes.
So mid Mirana or mid Morph?
Yeah, that's so safe lane Venge, pause 1 Venge, off lane Sand King. Kind of ambivalent on the off lane Venge, which I don't take issue, but safe lane Venge, that is most definitely a very, very, very old strat at resurgence here, perhaps for IG. They do have great team fight now with Sand King. Don't quite think they've got the solution towards say the regeneration you're getting out here from EHOME with the Treant, with the Phoenix, and yeah, 5 Venge. It's the Sylar Quap beyond DK, so that's off lane and still maintain that Quap safe. The pick from EHOME is super quick. Like, you might argue the early laning phase of this isn't too amazing, but the moment you hit dict on all of these heroes, or at least the Quap and DK, they can fight really early on. It's really just nothing to say who might jungle farm for the Blink Deso, but you've got to protect your lanes, so that will keep your jungle fairly protected from rotation because those towers stand. EHOME should be able to find that pace. IG, they need to make these lanes work. They do have a lot to see in the laning phase with players, and they need to find those. So they can't allow you to make this draft work out. The moment they start falling behind, a lot of it really just rides on Emo, and perhaps if GT gets good blink timing, you'll be constrained to the epicenter team fight as the game goes on. So you have to kind of play fast here, right?
Look, it's going to be an interesting match. I don't think any of us were really expecting the Sand King to finish this off, and nothing to say, give them a clap as well. It's might be a bit of a hard game.
I agree. It's a trick. I guess the Sand King last pick can melt through the refraction charges of a TA down the line.
But so could Ignite, like...
Yeah. I know about this. I just don't like the last pick Sand King. We've seen Sand King core a couple of games. The impact, it's really... Man, it's not great. Like, I don't know. I can't sugarcoat it. It's pretty terrible for Sand King. Like,
it's not one of those heroes that necessarily enjoys putting, you know, pipe into Crimson or Aura items. It's just... You know, you get a Blink Dagger and he's ready to go. You know, he might be guarding Reeves, maybe, but it's just not one of those heroes. Like, I can see why IG do go down this round. They've got this really strong early to mid game with this path for sure. And I think the idea is they buy Emo enough space to the point where he just balls out of control. But they're gonna have to have some really good early game impact with this kind of draft. Otherwise, DK-TA co-op, it's just gonna run over you.
Yeah, it's about that momentum from the start. They need to be pretty on point with early aggression. You've got that decent arrow setup, Burrow Strike, at least. Just level 1 range is so, kind of hard to do. We'll see if they get that space. Gonna be an even trade on runes. Have some nice wards coming out. I believe this ward dropped by Ollie should be spotted out, although it doesn't get the tower aggro as well. So they do protect their own ward on top of that.
I do like that. Ollie pretends that he's looking for the Observer ward, but in reality, he does place one himself, and that may not have been picked up, even though they had vision of him placing it. We'll see if Nothing Say does catch it out. He has his courier on the way. It's only got a salve, but there's another courier, which I believe may have a sentry ward on there. And it does. Alright, so they do spot it out. That's a nice little pickup here for Nothing to Say.
Emo. That's not quite it. Forced to pop it out immediately.
Bot lane, he is going to be the first button Parker. He's not safe yet. He'll be alright now. Why didn't really get the greatest nature's grasp, but I mean, all the heroes of IG were just so low for a couple seconds there. First blood will go the way of Emo.
That's a really strong pickup. Again, IG just need to win these lanes, but when you're trading like this and when you're copying all this damage, you're gonna eat through a lot of regen just to stay in here.
We'll have a look at that top lane. The one we haven't really looked at yet is going to be Ollie and Plant Bench Ogre up against HBR SynQ on the Phoenix. DK and Ollie, it's not really the easiest heroes to try and harass out, even as the Ogre. It's good at DK who doesn't care how many times you right-click him, and even the Phoenix, right? Like, it's a fairly tanky sport. They're going to try it now. They are going to make a wide does go down bot lane. In fact, he is getting fairly low here. You're going to start out from trying to persuade them from chasing any further. And they won't. I think you're going to find the open courier. But now, oh no, not quite. Fly getting very low, but we'll be able to run away. But SynQ's just trying to find him and see if he can cancel it off. He will be able, will be just fine.
so far these lanes are really heavily favoring EHOME. You're just not finding the economy exchange you want. This is forcing IG to fly out a lot of regen just to stay in these lanes. And it's just not lining up. Even down mid, nothing to say is really controlling up Emo. Just the side blades pouring through, and it's hard for Emo to trade. He doesn't have that great range. He's forced to juggle his HP hard, and every time he's low, he just has to back off.
And you can never really feel 100% safe in this PTA, but top lane, Fate getting low, kills the
God.
Emo does die in the mid lane as I look away, and on top, and so Butterfly is trying to get back onto Fate. The Sun Ray is going to keep him alive, and he will survive, but barely. And tell me, Don, how did Emo die in the morph?
He just stood there. You know, it's like he was agied up. He was trying to shift. It's level 2 shift. It's not fast. And nothing to say. It's like the truck. He just can't contest too well. He's trying, but
he's definitely trying. We'll give him that. Yeah. Okay, just man up. Bo3's just manning up. Not say he's gonna have refraction soon. Emo. There's something about his clay. He's not very happy right now.
Oh no, he's definitely not. He missed out on some last hits there as well doing this, and it's just such a slower pace here for IG.
Yeah. To try and tilt the side of IG as Ollie copying its tip here from the DK. We'll chase down the DK a bit. Faith is control the creep. Try not to get within tower range, but I'm not sure what he was expecting because Wave was way too far off, so he will just bring it underneath that tower range now and secure some CS underneath T1. And gonna give a bit of space over to Fine. He was actually farming quite decently on the bench right now. Oh, AT getting caught up by Sala and Y, he will also die.
We're not seeing that aggressive lanes from IG. Like, they needed to win out this lane phase. They're 4-1 so far. They're still finding these to farm. But I really want to point out Fate Beyond. Mike, he has his Helm of Fire and Will. He's skipping the Soul Ring. He's going for a Dominator first.
Oh, I love it. I don't know how effective it's going to be, but I just kind of love these unique builds these players tend to go for. Fate is one of the players that really enjoys having micro-intensive heroes. Watch it come out for Ollie as he misses out on some creep. Do see the Quap dying bot lane. JT does manage to get the kill on Sars. That's actually a pretty big deal from IG. Getting that safe in Quap, and JT will be happy about that.
Yeah, you still have to respect the stunt arrow and the slow ability that you can't out from IG. They have invested in a lot of sensors to ensure JT has that space for the Sandstorm, and that will slow the economy down just a bit. You still have some sentries from Y to counteract it.
The Phoenix getting very low on that top lane. He's forced to get out of there. Let's have Tranquil's up, so just gonna go for a bit of a stack here in the jungle. Emo has been left in the mid lane alone as we are facing power runes right now. The top lane, JT and Y going down. Silent going for the extra Parker, and with that Shadow Strike, he should just have enough, and he does. Silent just turns his back on the Mirana, and you know, cool guy, don't look at explosions, John.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately, it's getting worse.
It's just such a good start for EHOME. 6-3. The net worth isn't much, mind you. So there is that for IG to play around with. They are still finding really decent farm to match up, but EHOME is most certainly having a better end of this trade. I mean, Solar's at 6, G4.
AT gets split up. Arrow does actually left, just Kelly. Now it's starting to he stick charges with a Sonic Wave. That's JT dying again. Unfortunately, he did TP into that bot lane, so he's going to have to be making Walk of Shame back.
Yeah. They just can't get anything done in these side lanes. Like, while that's happening, of course, your supports can't rotate out. Look at these stacks set up for nothing to say. That's just a lot of gold to go for the TA, and there's nothing to stop this. IG has no vision here. IG has no control and no Ronin. They just get so much free farm here.
You're gonna get those neutral items up to really escalate stuff. Not They're already fighting 3 out of 4 of them just with this one ancient stat. Some nice pickups. Getting so lucky with the Ocean Heart. So, every mid laner seems to have that Ocean Heart through the laning stage. Here we go. Another one. I will free. One.
Every single one being found already. I have nothing to say. That's a lot of gold for SinQ as well. He just gets so much value. And a bounty rune as well. Like, come on. What a trouble.
Some days just get everything done. Some days just life throws everything at you. IG's still trying to just contest in the laning phase. So now they are hurricane behind and fly. Yeah, he's in trouble. He'll wait for the TP play and he will make it out. That burn was still burning him through the fountain, but he will survive. Still, that's just gonna be time you're not farming on this Venge. You're kind of depending on Fly to get that farm up in the safe lane. He's falling behind a little bit here.
Yeah, and Fate Beyond. I mean, he's got his helm up. He's gonna be able to take a lot of control there. Like, there's just not much you can do against this DK anymore. He has great stats. He's got a big tanky creep. They can start shoving in towers now as well.
Same will try to happen down at bot in IG. Trying to pressure that T1, but Y is being pest as always on that on the that queen. Done now. The next pass goes the sonic wave out from Sunlock and the sun ray burning them alive. They do have Kaka coming in. Y does go down far, maybe overextending him. Ingrid side out. Gonna burn down Jake on a nice deny. Kaka. And SinQ will get stunned up, but Sylar will turn back around onto Fly. Can Kaka get another denial? Probably not, but he can maybe get Sylar here on this swap, and he will. And no, the deny is timed. But you got that pause one quad. You're going to be very, very happy with that.
It's a good trade for IG, finally finding a grip on that aggression. He also managed to get that deny up top, and he does deny that gold wave. The one biggest thing here for EHOME though, look at that network he has. He's a 4K ahead of everyone else now.
Both teams just trading in position force. Yeah, nothing to say. He's doing TAPs, Johnny, just getting further and further ahead. And once that Desolate start getting towers down, you can start slowly joining fights. More importantly, you can just speed up the farm towards that Blink Dagger. And ID still just trying to contest. They are maintaining the net lead list for now at 2K. So it's not all bad news. But the damage up, not to say, it's just kind of insane. Like, those side blades just ripping JT apart. And bot lane, Fly. Being caught up by himself, and there is no chance of survival. He's gone. Sylar gets the kill.
Yeah, this core Venge, it's just not shaping up the way you want it to. It's lagging behind in farm. You're rushing the drums as well on Fly, but you're already getting drums out on Emo if I saw that right. So,
to say, I was trying to get a command with the arrow and the epicenter, everything being thrown out, and he's there. Not to say he's alive. He pulled it down now. They get it dead. Sonic waves it up. Is it enough? Not quite. Sylar, he's also caught out. And that's what you're looking for from IG, is they do deny Ollie out on the Ogre. That is much, much better.
That's exactly what they need to do. They need to maintain that aggression beyond that product.
Yeah, he is. I'm going after Kaka, but his dominate is gone. And now the nuke is denying people. Bane's gonna go for the T. He won't make it up. How many designs this game have we seen already?
That's 3. That's number 3, and that's not good for EHOME. They've bled away a lot of that lead. IG have dragged it down to 1K. They're buying a lot of space for Emo while all of these fights break out, and if they maintain this pacing, EHOME might just lose out a bit too much. They need to be really disciplined here and still try to find that lead. They're not quite ready to fight, but not to say it's hard, but you need that blink up.
Well, they're gonna find why. Arrow strike not gonna connect. Why? Yeah, just walk through the 3 lines. Keeping as annoying as possible. Really wanting to keep that T1 tower up. Fly is just set on trying to take it down, but now they pop the glyph and that seed creep is going bye-bye. JT skip the creep wave, but eventually they will be able to get this tower. Some more living armor on the way up, but it don't go down. That was just the trade. Well, with that, EHOME rush for the Roshan.
Yeah, they've got that desert up. They can pretty hard and forward for them to try to find this bit of IG. They don't really have vision there. They're able to contest it. They don't start moving now.
There's 3 bolt strikes on the Roshan. Roshan had, I don't even know how much minus armor. It was kind of ridiculous for a while. Right now it's 17 or minus 17. Here goes your Roche. Aegis the way of EHOME, 13 minutes into this game. Well, again, IG still not anywhere near out of this. Still securing really nice farm on Emo. Gonna smoke up. They want to go for a fight even into that Aegis. They find out this TA, or will they have to send to back beyond? Fire Strike's gonna be there. What kind of neutrals? So they have plenty of damage. Fainty will go down. The last hit by G. They're gonna try for that T1 mid tower.
It's tricky now though. You still have a lift.
On the THT arrow follow up, they have plenty of damage. That Aegis is maybe full though. They go for the egg first. They get that, but Emo falling lower. Strength morphing. Goes that Aegis. But they've lost JT, they've lost Lonely. Emo now will meld. But they'll just surround him and they called down, but Silent right behind, and the arrow was coming in. Wasn't going to be fast enough. IG unfortunately don't really get what they came for in the first place. That T1 tower is still standing.
And that's going to be healed up very quickly by the Train Protector as well. And all those kills gave nothing to say his blink, so he's ready to jump in now. Once you have that initiation to burst down backline, it's a bit simpler for EHOME to find that space. You see a slow build up here from the rest. I mean, Solar's still saving up for his Orchid. You take a look at Fate Beyond, he is going straight for the disarm, so have his top up next. Once you start building into the BKBs here for EHOME, I mean, that epicenter stun from JT, it might not be as impactful anymore, and you really are tucked into the Sand King. Like, you have to play around that spell. Whenever you don't have it, the team fights for EHOME are a lot more straightforward.
They are. G. Just giving Emo space, he's getting closer and closer to that man. Oh. He has smoked up. You know exactly where IG are. It will have the smoke broken all in. Realize there's more behind it. Faith will chance off with the Dragon Cell. Trying to fuck this out, but the Overgrowth is going to come in and they're going to try and Soga. Not the greatest kill in the world. You just kind of take what you can get. You're probably not going to be too upset about that anyway. Except for their past 5 Ogre die.
It's a space being bought out for both EHOME and IG. Again, Emo is still getting free space, while Nothing to Say gets the same. It's more pertinent for Nothing to Say to hit that BKB time though. That just enables so much more aggression from the TA, and again, it takes out the factor of the magic damage the SK brings. That's been key for IG to find these openings. Once you take that tool away, it gets a little bit trickier to find that back one as JT.
Going in, Sandstorm is there, has detection, and JT is going to go down. Kaka was behind him, but when you've got around the Sand King, he just can't help out.
That is a much better pick-off for EHOME. That does allow them to perhaps get some progress on that bot tier 1. They've got the Dragon form up for a bit longer. There's a lot of damage that can fly out there. It doesn't look like IG is all too interested in defending. They'd rather use this time to kind of farm up. Again, it's down to Emo to get that space, and I think it should be a free tier 1 here.
Oh, he's trying to farm up that Centaur, and just takes it. T1 tell. It'll eventually get shipped away. The whole side of EHOME is there just in case they need the help. But IG is going to try and trade, or maybe not. Evo, he's not going to stick around at that top tier 1. No, he will then. But I'm going to say it's kind of wasteful for not just take it. But he will come back, clean it up. Now, Fly on the bench, getting spotted out. Trap is going to snipe up. Sunray as well. Fly gonna go down. He was out D-warding as that pause 1 bit.
Yeah, that's really not the role you want to be taking here. You just want to farm up, but I think IG, they've just decided to fully invest, you know. He gets all that safe space, he gets all that safe farm. Why though? Kind of left alone on bomb, but didn't really have enough for that kill out.
Yeah, just walk away. They are towards Silo, but with Ollie and Emo, you won't have enough to burst that pop down. Just keep bloodlusting Emo. That's pretty much all Ollie's doing right now. He's just following Emo and bloodlust on top of him.
Just boosting him up, getting the DPS up. There are some pretty nice item timings lining up here. You've got the Orchid on Siler, but you've already got the Manta on Emo, so you have a way of dispelling that silence. Can be tricky when you reveal that item use. Let's see if that will be a major factor. Certainly.
Fire Strike to catch him out with the arrow, but it doesn't connect. So he will still get blood. IG accepted. That'll be it. They'll back off. Big home. You are really still just waiting for this BKB climber on TA. Literally the whole team of EHOME is just waiting for that one item pick up before they can do anything else, and IG trying to get anything that they can before that is available. We're going to that mid lane with the Moonlight Shadow centrally placed. Only
they still forwards.
You can do it. Sentry, that'll make it obvious, but the Fire Strike's going to get up to the now Ryan may get blown up, but he gets the overgrowth into the Sonic Wave. The arrow was then not that one back onto the Phoenix Egg now, but Cutler will die for it. And end up being a 2 for 2. Supports dying from both teams. Now with Faith back up on the DK, it's time to back out.
Yeah, it's a first BKB charge, if nothing to say, being blown there for not quite the best of trades. So I guess IG is going to be fairly happy with that exchange. Does give them a slight net advantage overall, although you're still seeing nothing to say really all ahead. Just rushing that Daedalus now for added damage, and had a lot of XP as well, just about to hit that level 20 point. So gonna have that turret talent up and running as well.
I mean, you kind of want to take a team fight, even though you just committed that 10-second charge. You kind of just want to keep going against this TA. Right, you don't really want to let Emo get that big of a ball flip.
Yeah, it's an issue if you do let that free farm continue. The one thing is, they don't have overgrowth or the egg, so their team-up potential is taken away a bit. Fate Beyond does not have a gap closing tool as well, so they don't really have the smoothest way of just jumping in and getting that control besides that Orchid from Silo.
Jump in, Silo. Arrow, flow through. Silo is caught. Went by himself. Fly, gonna take it out. He is tanking to get out. Can't. He has sleep charges. He'll be fine. Silo on the quad. It's glitching way too early. Now JP going into wide. Arrow won't connect this time. Jumps on JP. Going in for the kill. And oh no, he blocks the Sankey.
It's a back and forth exchange, IG and EHOME. IG without the Sand King though is harder to fight. Big one. They've still got the egg on EHOME's side. Without the overgrowth to protect, a bit trickier to really pull that combo off. So overall, I guess even in terms of control, Emo is a lot more of the space though. He is most certainly starting to pull ahead. The gap between him and Nothing to Say has shrunk. He's very close to picking up his next ultimate. It's to be a Scotty rush for Emo, and so you have that up. The durability he gets is insane. the minus and reduction he gets out on EHOME will mitigate the heals getting from the Phoenix and the Brilliant.
Looks like EHOME's only worry now is about the next Roshan. It's still going to be a minute and 10 seconds away. So IG will keep pushing out the lanes. Say moving up towards the top lane, perhaps trying to apply pressure onto that tier 2 tower. There is that IF now on it. The question is, do they want to go for a bit of a surprise reveal with that IF Scud? Because at the answer might just be yes. They do the smoke and they'll pop it.
Dire are scanning. Take us.
Jump in with a huge sonic wave out from Sylar. JT is going to go down to the sinking. He just had that high ground advantage. He really want that rope down, but it's still about 15 seconds away. So back up to that top tier 2 Tether.
Yeah, and they force the push real fast. They've got a lot of physical damage, a lot of minus armor. Not gonna hold on to that, but they do go for a trade, IG. Successfully find that tier 2 mid. A lot more control for them in that jungle area if they want to. But the road is up.
Is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
IG. Not flying ground. This arrow is through the force of not help. He's not. May also be when he gets his top out with the spot. Now Egg being dropped, trying to secure a kill onto Kafka. The bleep out, but Sana does follow up and does the kill. Both heroes fight back. WT the match miss off everything thrown out. Go back back. Onto the Morphling now. Emo's falling low. He'll go down to Sana. A triple kill out for the Queen of Pain. That was to JT. They will eventually kill off one, but JT is getting very, very low and looks to die as the arrow does not help out and Sylar is not done. He wants more. We'll go after Ollie, but Ollie will just TP out of there. And he will eventually get this Roshan.
Force out a lot of buybacks from both sides, and EHOME getting that Roche trade much more favorable for them. So they've got extra lives, extra regen to play with, and a lot more leeway now to slowly build up. Of course, that does put a dent in the problem to say into the Daedalus. He is lacking a lot of gold now for that pickup, but damage doesn't seem to be an issue. It's really just getting jumped by IG. They don't quite have the durability in that CDA when they get the proper initiation. Still, we're not going to have to worry about that epicenter anytime soon, and should allow a straightforward push here.
Did you notice the fact that there's a holy locket on CQ?
Oh.
Yeah?
Oh, wow.
That's the first time I've seen any pro player fire something like this to go onto that oak with that locket, but Fly will swap him out.
Dire's middle tower.
Tier 2 mid tower still going to fall very easily. That holy locket on the Phoenix, I mean, it's a substantial amount of heat that comes out.
Oh yeah, that is what kept Fate Beyond alive that entire engagement, at least earlier on. You have to help me out here, though. Do you see the charge on that? I don't.
No.
Does
no.
actually have a charge icon?
It should, because it's essentially the upgrade to a wand. It kind of needs to know how many charges you have. Unless he already has 0 charges, it just doesn't show anything. Guess we'll see as time goes on. JT being in the danger, but this top lane, he is underneath the sentry wall, even with that line. Run out of range. Sun's gonna be in there. He knows the screen didn't go the way they're thinking. He'll try to the TP, but it's not gonna work out.
These kills onto JT are fairly costly. Again, the Sand King is your basic control for that tier. It's that blink stun that has been killing off nothing. That kill drags him a lot closer towards that Daedalus. Snap should be it, and that's it. He's got it.
A lot of damage. How's Emo doing? He's trying to work towards his own BKB after that IF Scud that we saw earlier on. Just much more defense. too much up against the TA, but I think just about not allowing Syncu to burn him out with that Sun Ray. Ollie
missed the blink.
This is the blink. Fly's still around. Yep. Different TP player. Looks like they'll get nothing out of this.
Yeah, it's sort of favoring IG. They're holding out while the Aegis is in action. And you've only got about 2 minutes left for nothing to say on that item, so if they do want to make a play happen, they should make it happen soon. And speaking of nothing to say, take a look at that tier 3 item. He has the Orb of Destruction. With his Desolator, with his Meld Armor Reduction Talent. Oh, things will just melt once he hits.
I mean, it did get nerfed recently, right? It went down by like 1 minus armor, but it's still kind of really strong.
Oh yeah.
Ollie. For that back arrow, gonna connect. That'll stop any form of a kick here onto Ollie. He went down the lane. They are gonna go towards that rather wide. Burrow right doesn't land. He gets no growth. He gets it off. Faye jumping back in, not able to pop it yet, still looking. No, Mike continues to cancel it off. They'll go on to STV none. Why he does eventually commit the overgrowth of he's there. They will get out. Ollie, the only one to go down.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's not the biggest sacrifice in the world for IG. I'm sure they're gonna be happy forcing out that spell usage as well on the train, so get a nice little win that does open up the tier 2 push though from IG, and IG's not able to really trade. They did have Fly up top for a while, but that wave is cleared out. That's a free objective now for EHOME.
That's the final out tower that IG had left. Just continue to avoid this team fight as they just need more items. BKB timer of emote they're waiting on. But even might be a little bit sick already. But it's 30-minute running. Some tries to get it, but Faith will be the one to take. It just does expire as well. So it's back down to that quiet period of the game where you'll find both teams now just wanting to take their however, Fly and Emo get BKB at the exact same time now. So you may actually decide to go for this.
Yeah, you should definitely use those 10-second charges, EHOME. And they rely a lot on wide to find that control, and of course the burst damage from Styler's initial toss outs. There's BKBs, you're not going to be able to get control up in these key heroes, so you might see a lot more swaps for safety or aggressive swaps now and able to do this, but EHOME are setting up for their own smoke as well.
Okay. But it does show card.
Oh, that's good to know. I was worried that it just doesn't work, so...
Would it surprise me?
Beta game.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
He's
tower
currently waving that mid lane. Oh, we'll make it known where he is. IG they go. But second last tier 2 tower on the map for EHOME. There's still one left at the top lane. That Worth lead has been sitting around that 2 to 3k mark for EHOME this whole time. This goes to show you how close this game has been between the two, and Dota Plus kind of agrees with that as well. It's just very barely the 1v. Not really too big of a deal. In fact, now it's by G. Just 1%.
Oh, yeah. On my end, it says 50-50, so they've evened out the odds of the game. That 3k lead at 2 minutes in, not the most massive. Considering you are starting to see certain things pull up, like Emo's morph is getting rather big. And again, he's had that BKB for a while. He's saving up for the fly into the Satanic as well, just trying to maximize the value there. And when you have those items up, he's going to be very, very durable on that front. Of course, you've got options for scaling here from EHOME as well. Styler, he's got the AC up and running, and the level 25 spike of the Quap is fairly big. Still, IG, they want to make use of those BKBs, and they do smoke up
if they can fight back. Might be aware that this is happening. Break the smoke, Forest trying to get left. Emo straight onto Asala, but a great sonic wave hitting 5 heroes. Asala will just flick out of there. Fate is the only one willing to keep fighting, it seems, as everyone else is just kind of backing off and trying to find the target. Not going to block that beating. Does get the leg off in time, but they're not going to be able to keep it up. Overgrowth falls there from Wyatt. It's back up to Fly on that bench, but we'll finally get him. Looks like Starlight is just trying to blink out. Meanwhile, Burrow strikes from GT, not landing anything at Albany. He chased down on the Ogre. Supportsville. Q, he's back into this. The rest of IG, they're just TP out.
So, it's an even trade, I'd say. Where you get that buyback in the Phoenix, that's pretty nice, but you do lose your Oz 1 and the support in exchange. And where the first BKB charges being popped. So EHOMEs are dwindling down as they did get their BKBs earlier, but IG's first use not too great of success. JT still does represent though. So do have potential here from IG to find another fight regardless. And EHOME, they did have to use the egg and overgrowth, so I mean it's almost down to resetting anyway. Not gonna be able to maximize that here for IG.
It might be an easy killing phase. Our Stripe's gonna come out with the M10 on and of course the ball Dragon's head. Faith actually eats the cheese. He's still alive. He's trying to make a run for it. He's got his whole behind him, so keep chasing. Now the Sunray does the same. What? That was a quick. What?
He got.
Wow!
Oh, you got
How much HP did Eno have?
I know, but that was 18k, 1.8k damage on the side blade.
It was full agi base.
Ooh, yeah, that side blade hit. No, you can't. No, that's pure. No, you can't. You can't.
That's a lot of damage. Saying going to be in danger, but Overgrowth is out from Brian. He's still alive as a Sonic Cave will push them back. They do get the kill. Now the egg, trying to force them back. Why is going towards the egg, but it will not be enough. Fly gets the kill, and down on BT. Onto the mix with the arrow, and Q will die. Say also brought back on the TA. Won't be able to join his team in time. Too dangerous. Getting back onto JT. ID are right behind him. Seems that the buyback from the TA was because chance coming up in a few seconds. Parker runs out of the pit as it respawns. So neither typically knows right now. Okay, Dark's gonna go off to KP. Fly swapping JT down to BKB. Will keep the TA safe. Not so much for Faith Beyond. He'll make a run. The epicenter's gonna be there. He's taking a fair bit of damage over time, and eventually he should come in. And he does. But at the bottom lane, Lila, he's taking the key for power under axe now. One's gonna try and stop him, but Dorfman's there. He doesn't have match, and he has EKB. Will commit it. They are still trying for that road charge.
That's a big one. It's got the Ags upgrade as well. It's gonna have a nice boom here coming out to whoever wants to pick it up. And that's just gonna be a lot harder to deal with now for EHOME. They have bled quite a bit away there. And still in a precarious spot because of Nothing to Say's buyback. Like, they have to hold out for 6 minutes if they want to have that tool back up.
The Gippy next to Emo could be devastating for EHOME. This IG will be feeling a lot safer for a bit of time. Looks like Nothing to Say is just going to continue working toward the on that PA.
Yeah,
he's making his way there.
He's got his level 25. He's got the 25 as well, but the bash on Meld, there's a little more coming out. I think the big one is really Siler's 25. Just having that fear will really start to mess up IG's game plan, but Emo, he finishes up the Satanic. There's a lot of durability now in this morph, and well, as long as he doesn't get blown up by a Psyblade strike, he should be fine.
Yeah, the bot lane, it is 5G. They'll take over that Radiant side jungle, and it seems like both teams are just going to focus on the T4 items for now, trying to get all those up as they do tend to give you a pretty big power spike. EHOME. Just going to keep all this pushed out. Sylar going to continue that pressure in the bot lane. Not really ever letting the side of IG feel comfortable to go for that push with the Aegis. And even that top lane, like Syncue, is just there with Faith Beyond dominated creep, continuing to keep everything pushed up. IG's only option if they push at this point is the mid lane, but that's the hardest lane to push in.
Yeah, it's not quite an easy step up. You've got some nice item pickups here right now. Qualify does finish MKD, but you've got the straight up Bloodtorm pickup from, say it so. A lot of damage flying out now from both sides, and some decent control for Nothing Safe. You can land at Bloodtorm.
It's the next optimization for the TA at this point is probably a demand if you end up needing it. Pretty much all for Emo. He's got the Satanic. He's going for a data loop himself. It's just about how they get into that Radiant base, take advantage of the Sages. Just that bot lane Sylar's just never backing off. We've got White right behind him, so he has a security guard with him. There's no space to be had.
Yeah, they've got to respond to all these shoves in, because again, they've lost that tier 3 bot, they've lost mid, so shutouts like that can hurt those racks. You just gotta watch how Kappa is there to intercept the next wave, and IG, they're setting up top. And they still have to reveal these item pickups, and they're losing time here. Just 1.5 minutes left, we'll go.
Beyond, poured out by Flying Pine, will just pop the dragon and try and make a run for it, but James one on there with the borrow, and the follow-up for Emo. And well, Faith is pretty tanky, but not quite tanky enough to sustain through all that. Q's just trying to get himself out before Emo catches up, and it might just be too late now. And Committed will not survive. Nice attempt. Once again, it's going to be about push lanes.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get a decent push out here to IG. Don't quite have creeps up, so none of these things are typical. JT choosing an interesting lane to intercept, of course, just ensuring their way to counter any issues, and you go down mid.
Just natural protection, apparently, that's what Emo did. They do have the first rats to the game, and oh, on the T4, they have taken no game by the swap him wide, good for run, but they are now fly for that. It's good die. Now, yeah, I'm not sure what that was.
That was overcommitment. They got the racks though, so it's still a bit. They force out the buybacks, and you don't really find anything off the back of that. So, in that sense, still a victory for IG. The Aegis is still there, but it's just about to expire, and there it is. So, have that safety net now for IG, but you're gonna have Emo's buyback in about a minute. It's the biggest loss there.
They lost the range racks down bot lane, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe it was just Sylar. Just pushing, as he does.
It's got they've got level 25 on Sylar, so you've got Scream of Pain and Fear. And that is a lot of control. You have to be a bit cautious with IG. This is a second spike for that Queen of Pain.
Face down. Back into the safety of the triangle. Wait, I'll just kind of across the lane. But teams decide they want to wait for the next road again. Would be the smart way to do it. They want to try and smoke up. You know exactly where they are. Just a matter of getting the they want. Faith, he's dragged from. Will the shadow is up. 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 I think they're an outpost back. Still make their way to this. They've got a bit more time on that stoke. Shoot up the city. They get Thunder. And up the Sonic. Give out the Silo. Connected on 3. Now get from on Emo. With the MP drop the hand. Sunday, but he's gone. And the fire strike on TN. Looks really bad. Not to say Wolfine. They're still trying to work with Fate beyond on this DK. But he gets soon to fall on jaw. Not to say Wolfine at the map speeds to left. And drops the top style. He goes down. Fate trying to survive the best he can, but he does die and death. Protector Y will also die. Get counter from IG, but they're rushing through the mid lane.
This is going to be a very hard defense for EHOME. They do force the buyback onto Y, but they don't have any of their tools for the team fight. All of their cooldowns have been popped, and forced to work the attacks on Phoenix and DK. Not gonna happen.
Jade Burrow gonna catch out Y. This could be tie back on that green, and it will be. We are in a 2v5 situation here for EHOME. EHOME's next stop. EHOME's more captain real quick. At some point here for EHOME, and they will. Tyler gets in there with the fear. They've lost the same with the PKB, but Emo is hitting way too hard. And this is GG. IG will manage to play out this series 1-1. IG good about that one.
Oh yeah, if you have the pitch, find an opening, EHOME just gets too aggressive. Overstep their bounds, they don't respect the power from that, don't respect the control that came out from JT, and IG just managed to force it to game 3 and coordinator issues.
$1,500 gold. He actually is going to go straight into the pipe here, opting to tank up even more.
Rolling boulder from Sep misses again, but there's the invest bomb, and this time Ohio's in trouble. Roar will come out, they have the magnetize, they get off the silence as well, and Ohio will get right click down. The exorcism will go from Mushi, doing a decent amount of damage to that aggressive. The Borslow comes through, he has no infest, he has the armlet toggle, needs to be careful, the Spirit Siphon coming out, the glimpse back onto aggressive, gets him back in there. They get the grave off in time though, the open wounds will come through, they have the kinetic shield. There's the black hole, from the long ground, on to 3, Sep as well as NM1 are gonna get chewed down. 3 dead. Mushi gets a double kill. DJ, are you kidding me, from the low ground?
DJ, God, the crowd here just goes insane as he hits the black hole of his life. And
Likely could just give this one up. The vision advantage with the Hawk does help. But nope, they're ready. They've actually got a smoke. They can bypass the Hawk with this, but
there's no way they take this in time. Fnatic need to get out. Mushi is going to be stunned by the boulder smash. They're going to come through. Showit looking for Ravage, can't find it. Mushi pops the BKB early, aggressive blinks in, pops the rage as well, still has his BKB ready to go. They really want to contest this and take it down as quickly as possible. They get the refresher for Ohio. It's coming out. Double Roar is ready. Can they find a kill off of this? Maybe he's walking up with the silver edge. Ohio's going to get caught first. Ravage catches onto 2. Black hole counter initiation. Static Storm on top. Aggressive is low. They get up to Static Storm. Showit pops the refresher. It's not enough. Maybe he's getting chewed through by mid 1. They get up the Roar. They'll lose 2. They'll lose 3. They buy back on the Tide. He's got another Ravage. They have no buyback on Maybe. What an initiation from DJ.
Secures another kill, and Tongfu is going to continue to push. They're not done. Mech still hasn't even been used. There's a hook. How? Brought all the way back to the base. Cleaned up by the fountain. And waddles his way back to the front lines.
Well, like I said, it does waste time, but they kind of need it. I mean, they need to be able to just eliminate somebody from the fight, very similar to what Mu can do for Tongfu. So if he had been a little bit farther up, he would have been able to throw the hook, but the thing is there was a range creep in the way. And there it is, yep.
Banana going for a ride on the Dindy Express. Welcome to the well. Aegis goes to Tongfu. And now charging back out. Dindy going to be spotted, and he gets, no, he doomed to Chen. That's a much better choice. Oh, he got him. He got him. Not going to follow it all the way because we got a battle to watch with Puppy. Trying to get away from it. Going to be telekinesis back. And they will be able to get him as well. There you go. So a 1-for-1 trade. And wow, Hal is still alive down there. Engagement breakout as Kuro. Oh, there we go. The hook. Got him. Zhan Xing taking the long ride to Shanghai. Welcome home. Navi's down. Can you say mega creeps? Navi, he got him. One more. This is what you call one for the road.
Man, I can't.
The game for IG. Who leads the way? I believe it should be Zoe. They're going to cut for the shorter path. They storm up the river. Patience from Zoe. Waiting in the wings. Navi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep. The surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Light of heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Denny. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead.
5 heroes dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's light of heaven with his BKB. They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd. The last tower will be going down.
Start the fight with that global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice is in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall, but they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the torrent, cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's dead, but on the side, they find Arme. Arme's dead for 60. Still alive at the moment. Oh, the use! The dodge! Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Slam. Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kuka. The stall of Finch and Jerax sets up onto FY. OG!
So this PL will continue just to BT split push this game out, get more and more money. And that, for me, is still the biggest problem for Evil Geniuses. Where do you go with this? Fear needs to have that damage-dealing item. But in order to do so, he's got to drop either his TP scroll or sell the Ring of Aquila. And Sumail, blink, Dragon Tail stun. Garda's going to be here with the hookshot as well. Laguna bites Sumail. The Colts boom. The Colts burn bought them a little bit of extra time. And with Sumail down and no buyback, Roshan is a very, very juicy target here for CDEC.
Yeah, EG are going to know they're going for it, though. First of all, it would be pretty obvious from the lane situation, but they also have a good ward around the river area to see that CDEC are moving in there now. I don't think EG are interested in contesting this 4-on-5, but maybe they can delay it long enough for it to be a 5-on-5 if they Ice Blast and Fissure properly. There is no hook shot.
They're all together. PPD, here comes the Ice Blast, ready for the dodge! In from Universe! It's a disaster! CDEC! They're going to get wiped from the face of the earth, apart from aggressive. He'll jump out, but the Wombo combo perfectly hits from Evil Geniuses. And now they will take Roshan. Sumail is back, they'll get the egg into the Immortal.
OG right behind Arme. Gets the jump, finds the Pugner. Vision will not find a stun. Pugner with no buyback. OG, they were really playing with fire. The Hex down the Terrorblade. Spectral Haunt looking for the frontline attack, but that's why Somnus goes into the backline. The BKB, they're into the backline. Shaker, he's bouncing around. Hawk shot, she stuns on the way through. ES is gone. No buybacks available. Have LGD done it? They're holding Anna. Hold him in place. Chalice will find the damage. F5 will die for it. No, really? Anna is actually running away, but it won't stop Arme from blinking up, looking for the tier 3 tower. 2 players left alive for OG. They're the big ones, however. Thompson and Anna on the defense duty. Fortification. It's delayed as much as they possibly can. And now the jump out. Hex, the boy in the bubble. Thompson able to be protected once again. Chalice, very, very low on mana. They have a lot, but Arme, he'll change the life with Anna. Thompson needs to be pushed away. Able to do so. FY jumps onto the illusion only, so the hookshot won't be able to connect. But Anna, he needs to retreat. There's so much damage. Anna down. Buyback is available. They still have not taken the mid racks. OG are just trying to delay LGD for the moment. 5 heroes around. The bubble is there protecting the melee racks. Anna, Sunder once again. The Sunder switches to life. Arme's back up to full health, but the damage from Thompson, it's good enough to kill off the bait. Buyback is there. Somnus leads forward. They just keep bunching them around, but they're still battling from inside the bubble. Pugner will come to the world living LGD. They're going for the GG push. They're going up the tier 4 towers. OG, they have to hold the line. They have the numbers. Seven from the side with a Dagon Arme, but no! Sunder is back up. It is there. Chalice will fall. They lose the Enchantress. FY pushing around Anna. He's so low. Can they get the die back on him? You bet your Nelly they can. Arme still very, very low. The blast will kill him off. But buyback. LGD want this now. LGD, or can they? Backing up? No, they're not. Terrorblade. BT's forward. The ball is up. Thompson needs to defend. X-Nova very visible. You've got a very, very low life Marana. But OG, they can't find the target. X-Nova, he's got the grip. He's got the control. He's got the kill. Thompson is down, but ES is up. Where the Echo slam. Oh, there he is. Forward. There's your slam. There's the dump. There's the play. Jirax, the savior of OG.
1,500 gold. He actually is going to go straight into the pipe here, opting to tank up even more.
Rolling boulder from Seth misses again, but there's the Infest Bomb, and this time Ohio's in trouble. Roar will come out, they have the Magnetize, they get off the silence as well, and Ohio will get right-click down. The Exorcism will go from Mushi, doing a decent amount of damage to that aggressive. The Borslow comes through, he has no Infest, he has the Armlet Toggle, needs to be careful, the Spirit Siphon coming out, the Glimpse back onto aggressive, gets him back in there. They get the Grave off in time though, the Open Wounds will come through, they have the Kinetic Shield. There's the Black Hole, from the long ground, on to 3! Seconds left and one are gonna get chewed down. 3 dead. Mushi gets a double kill. DJ, are you kidding me, from the low ground?
DJ, God, the crowd here just goes insane as he hits the black hole of his life. And
Likely could just give this one up. The vision advantage with the Hawk does help. But nope, they're ready. They've actually got a smoke. They can bypass the Hawk with this, but
there's no way they take this in time. Fnatic need to get out. Mushi is going to be stunned by the boulder smash. They're going to come through. Showit looking for Ravage. Can't find it. Mushi pops the BKB early. Aggressive blinks in. Pops the Rage as well. Still has his BKB ready to go. They really want to contest this and take it down as quickly as possible. They get the refresher for Ohio. It's coming out. Double Roar is ready. Can they find a kill off of this? Maybe he's walking up with the Silver Edge. Ohio's going to get caught first. Ravage catches onto 2. Black Hole counter initiation. Static Storm on top. Aggressive is low. They get off the Static Storm. Showit pops the refresher. It's not enough. Maybe he's getting chewed through by mid 1. They get off the Roar. They'll lose 2. They'll lose 3. They buy back on the Tide. He's got another Ravage. They have no buyback on Maybe. What an initiation from DJ.
Secures another kill, and Tongfu is going to continue to push. They're not done. Mech still hasn't even been used. There's a hook. How? Brought all the way back to the base. Cleaned up by the fountain. And waddles his way back to the front lines.
Well, like I said, it does waste time, but they kind of need it. I mean, they need to be able to just eliminate somebody from the fight, very similar to what Mu can do for Tongfu. So if he had been a little bit farther up, he would have been able to throw the hook, but the thing is there was a range creep in the way. There it is, yep.
Banana going for a ride on the Dindy Express. Welcome to the well. Aegis goes to Tongfu. And now charging back out. Dindy gonna be spotted, and he doomed to Chen. That's a much better choice. Oh, he got him! He got him! Not gonna follow it all the way because we got a battle to watch with Puppy. Trying to get away from it, gonna be telekinesed back. And they will be able to get him as well. There you so a 1-for-1 trade. And wow, Hal is still alive down there. Engagement breakout as Kuro. Oh, there we go. The hook, got him! Zhan Xing taking the long ride to Shanghai. Welcome home. Navi down. Can you say mega creeps? Navi, he got him. One more. This is what you call one for the road.
Man, I can't.
the game for IG. Who leads the way? I believe it should be Zoe. They're going to cut for the shorter path. They storm up the river. Patience from Zoe. Waiting in the wings. Navi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep. The surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Light of heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Dendy. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead.
5 heroes dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's light of heaven with this BKB. They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd. The last tower will be going down.
Start the fight with that global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice is in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall, but they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the torrent, cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's dead, but on the side, they find Arme. Arme's dead for 60, still alive at the moment. And all the use, the dodge, Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Slap. Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kuka. The stolen Vision Jerax sets up onto FY. OG.
So this PL will continue just to BT split push this game out, get more and more money. And that, for me, is still the biggest problem for Evil Geniuses. Where do you go with this? Fear needs to have that damage-dealing item. But in order to do so, he's got to drop either his TP scroll or sell the Ring of Aquila. And Samel, blink, Dragon Tail stun. Garda's going to be here with the hookshot as well. Laguna bites Samel. The Cogs Boom. The Cogs Burn bought them a little bit of extra time. And with Samel down and no buyback, Roshan is a very, very juicy target here for CDEC.
Yeah, EG are going to know they're going for it, though. First of all, it would be pretty obvious from the lane situation, but they also have a good ward around the river area to see that CDEC are moving in there now. I don't think EG are interested in contesting this 4-on-5, but maybe they can delay it long enough for it to be a 5-on-5 if they Ice Blast and Fissure properly. There is no hook shot.
They're all together. PPD, here comes the Ice Blast, ready for the dodge! In from Universe! It's a disaster! CDEC! They're gonna get wiped from the face of the earth, apart from aggressive. He'll jump out, but the Wombo combo perfectly hits from Evil Geniuses, and now they will take Roshan. Samel is back, they'll get the egg into the Immortal.
OG right behind Arme. Gets the jump, finds the Pugner. Vision will not find the stun. Pugner with no buyback. OG, they were really playing with fire. The Hex down the Terrorblade. Spectral Haunt looking for the frontline attack, but that's why Somnus goes into the backline. The BKB, they're into the backline. Shaker, he's bouncing around. Hawk shot, she stuns on the way through. ES is gone. No buybacks available. Have LGD done it? They're holding Anna. Hold him in place. Chalice will find the damage. F5 will die for it. No, really? Anna is actually running away, but it won't stop Arme from blinking up, looking for the tier 3 tower. 2 players left alive for OG. They're the big ones, however. Thompson and Anna on the defense duty. Fortification. It's delayed as much as they possibly can. And now the jump out. Hex, the boy in the bubble. Thompson able to be protected once again. Chalice very, very low on mana. They have a lot, but Arme, he'll change the life with Anna. Thompson needs to be pushed away. Able to do so. FY jumps onto the illusion only, so the hookshot won't be able to connect. But Anna, he needs to retreat. There's so much damage. Anna down. Buyback is available. They still have not taken the mid racks. OG are just trying to delay LGD for the moment. 5 heroes around. The bubble is there protecting the melee racks. Anna, Sunder! Once again, the Sunder switches to life. Arme's back up to full health, but the damage from Thompson, it's good enough to kill up the bait. Buyback is there. Somnus leads forward. They just keep bunching them around, but they're still battling from inside the bubble. Pugner will come to the world living LGD. They're going for the GG push. They're going up the tier 4 towers. OG, they have to hold the line. They have the numbers. 7 from the side with the Dagon Arme, but no! Sunder is back up. It is there. Chalice will fall. They lose the Enchantress. FY pushing around Anna. He's so low. Can they get the die back on him? You bet your Nelly they can. Arme still very, very low. The blast will kill him off. But buyback. LGD want this now. LGD, or can they? Backing up? No, they're not. Terrorblade. BT's forward. The ball is up. Thompson needs defense. X-Nova very visible. You've got a very, very low life Marana. But OG, they can't find the target. X-Nova, he's got the grip. He's got the control. He's got the kill. Thompson is down, but ES is up. Where the Echo Slam. Oh, there it is! pressing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's the play. Jirax, the savior of OG.
1500 gold. He actually is going to go straight into the pipe here, opting to tank up even more.
Rolling boulder from
Another-
Zep misses again.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here for the final game of the night between EHOME and Invictus Gaming. It don't expire, John. Unfortunately, we had to wait a little bit longer than we would have liked to because the coordinator was, you know, how things go. It's a bit slow in Dota 2, but now we finally connect to the game. So how are you feeling, sir? Game 3?
It's actual 3 games World Series today, and you know us, I love watch more Dota, you love watch more Dota. IG did manage to come out there and really put the hammer onto EHOME. Just playing so aggressive, buying back, and some of his buybacks just weren't maximized. He lost a lot of net worth in those exchanges. We'll see if we're down that just a bit, give ourselves a little bit more breathing room. The drafts are flying fat EHOME. They get to pick up that Mirana Ogre. Again, IG, they do get that Phoenix start for themselves.
Radiant team.
It's interesting how the tech drafts. Well, it's basically opening just the other way around. So EHOME need to try out this Mirana Ogre. IG wanting to run the Phoenix D. I do wonder if IG want to
5 seconds
that
remaining.
lane, because it seems to it's been quite effective. Of course, for last game playing the vengeful spirit lane, which wasn't so carry. Yeah, it was utility. To have. It worked out, but it was really emo the start of the show on that Morphling. I kind of look at that DK and I wonder whether it'll be a similar thing where they might throw the DK the same thing with the tier or fly and else this time.
Yeah, it's really gonna dictate the way IG play. I do agree though, like Emo does a lot better when he's given that says sort of more important fly just maybe that greedier mid. Let's see if they do opt for the slot flexibility and you've seen it in safe, you've seen it in mid, you've seen it in off. IG got areas to hero down. Of course, the Phoenix would wholly lock it though. It did stand out last. Like there's a lot of heat coming out from that Phoenix. It amplify a lot. We didn't quite see the effect of that such Joe. Like I don't think we act. Just Sunray would wholly lock it. Really DK up last time, and she's not at that if they can farm in.
5 seconds remaining.
Bans to come out. I take the time to spawn ban out.
Radiant team ban.
Get rid of the game now. We haven't seen it at all this, but just not running that. Perhaps feeling like they make the lesser comes towards that AM as the draft.
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Disruptor dies first, then it can work out fantastically. EHOME, they do bring out that LC, and it's been a while since we've seen that one pop out here.
It has been. Does come out. Can be very, very effective against the DK star, the Firefly damage from the Phoenix. I think that should be a Faith Beyond Agent Commander, which is not something we get to see very often out of him. He tends to prefer the micro-intensive kind of off lanes. But we'll see. How do they respond?
They've kind of they've stocked up on their supports. They don't have any option for, like, say, the Oracle. They go for the Monkey King. So again, there is flexibility here. That could be the Fly here. That could still be the Emo here as well. Down mid if they wanted it to. And does kind of tie into that team fight. Like, you've got the Egg, you've got the Static Storm, you've got Wukong flying out at play here for IG, and EHOME, they don't really have that impressive team fight here.
They don't. I do like that Monkey King pickup. It's obviously going to be quite dominant if they do run the safe like an MK up against that Legion Commander. EHOME into the Conquer it is. So rounding off a bit more team fight with this Conquer. Obviously, you need the X catch on the Phoenix and the Monkey King. And it's going to be very, very effective this game with that Conquer. And that really only leaves one pick for either side. We're going to have to wait out these plans before we get to that point. But it does appear that EHOME living a safe lane and IG, it could be anything they're missing. Right now, I would guess it's Emo Tiro. Yeah. It almost feels like you're going to run the off-lane DK this game, but they could give JT something else that last pick. Maybe you go back into the Sand King if you feel like that was really that influential.
Yeah. They were finding a lot of setup builds once they had that blink. He was pretty on point with the initiation, and even the double stun coming out with Morphling Eggs, right? Like, he got that double burst, right? Way too much control to handle. So I wouldn't blame IG for thinking that the Sand King's a good one. Tied in that team fight, like Wukong, Epicenter, Phoenix Egg, Stack Storm. It's a bit much to deal with if IG did run that heavy fighting lineup.
Couple more bands. You reckon? I really hope Heroes like the Sand King. Just off topic, but I really do hope after the next next hero patch.
Yeah, the Sand King is he's been shafted.
It's like the one hero where I know I'm talking about Earth Spirit a lot, but it is actually sitting in a nice spot right now. But when you look at it's kind of like it's so dead as a hero. Epicenter just feels like it does nothing.
10 seconds remaining.
Sandstorm's still kind of good. Burrow Strike's always good, but apart from
5
that,
seconds remaining.
It's just a walking stun. That's all it is.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's gonna need a boost. In fact, we're still really looking forward to how that patch unfolds. But I'm actually a bit. I just realized I'm a bit more excited for the Personas and Arcane coming out. Like, when are those coming out? It's the Fog release good.
Money, John.
I have. I've paid my tax. You know, I want my service.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know how long. I guess the Persona could be the next patch.
5 seconds
Yeah.
Chuck it in.
Yeah, chuck it and give him a buff because he's super dead. You know, he is so dead, dude. Like, I have not touched Pudge since they removed the suicide. I'm that kind of player who goes Soul Ring, run at your face, Soul Ring deny. You know, it's not the same anymore. You can't do that. Sad.
I don't think they're bringing that back. They'll bring something else. Yeah. So this final pickup, John, it does still seem like a safe lane core they're looking for.
Yeah, it's a lot of the big options are gone though. Like that, Chris has been taken out again. Having that option for Solar. You like to mention the Zoomates, Lycans in the pool if they really wanted to go that route. Not the best against Disruptor. Glimpse is just going to kind of ruin you for the most part until you buy a KB. And the impact Necronomicon has, it's just been totally shafted. Like, there's still value in the hero. Yeah, that could be 9 tier. Although the back damage you have is pretty substantial, they put a jug. That's the safe play. You know, it's like you've got sustain here with the LC jug. You've got the boat buff from Kunkka. You benefit from the ogre a ton. Like, that actually really does play quite nicely because of how Omni Slash works. So it's a solid port to tie it up. It's not amazing, but it's steady. You know, it's a solid base for solid to play around.
That it is. IG. I think about this junk, like this position 1 just feels, it's another one of those heroes right now that kind of feels like Master. Like, it's such a time-dependent hero, this junk. The level sin is kind of amazing. Once you get past that stage, like, you Omni Slash and just run away. If it doesn't work out with the Omni Slash, that's it. It's over.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does revolve around spell usage, and I think down the line maybe you could start hand fighting, say, when it's slotted, but again, that's just so far out that in between is broad. It's a weird power spike with a jug. IG.
It is really about the
yeah.
That Swift Slash, so good.
Oh yeah, it's so valued here as well. Again, because you benefit from the ogre. So once you do have the axe, even the Swift Slash just get the bit stronger because of the additional hits you pump out. So if they do drag it that long, and the jug could be influential, it really needs that space. Yeah, it's like
Storm Spirit. Oh, okay. They go down the storm route. That's an emo classic. Now this could be a hell of a way to end the series. And Alice got the new jug cosmetic. Very, very nice.
Oh, yeah. You just want to show off, it looks like, and man, that sword's so sick. Like, that's no immortal, but it's so sick. Still, like, focusing on the draft for a bit, Emo Storm, you know, it does explain that AM ban, right? They were looking to just secure that without having it turn into a bomb. Don't have the best control here from EHOME. You've got the X, if nothing, they can stick it, and then the arrow from SinQ could be pretty big. So Emo still has to watch himself with how far forward he goes, but it goes both ways. It's rather explosive for IG. EHOME as well has some pretty good answers. If they can get Emo a good start from IG, we didn't really take control of that storm. So that's going to be very pivotal for IG. Ensure the mid lane does not go too bad for Emo.
Yeah, this all ends up. Be an interesting way to finish this night off. I'm still so torn about the fact that I don't know whether to use that blue sword or the golden sword from last TNI Battle Pass.
Yeah. It looks so good though. Like, look at that. It doesn't have the spin effect.
But it doesn't have the spin effect.
How does that set up? Yeah, with the Arcana. Like, I've got the Arcana. It feels like that completely clashes to the colors, you know? It's like, that's one of those things where you get these amazing sets, they just don't work with the other Valve, you know, Valve sanctioned items. They just don't know. It's sucks that way.
That's what I was saying. They should really release some kind of item that just, you know, allows you to have the immortals on the spell, but you don't have to show the actual card itself. You can put on another card like Silas got on right. The bonus of the effect.
Trusty mate.
Yeah.
And then again, and maybe there is so many things flying across the screen that everyone's computer would just explode instantly. So.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, right now it's already kind of, you know, doesn't perform as well as you'd expect, and well, bit of an early tag here, and they just kind of spot each other out, and I think say and Fly. No real fight. You know, high fives from Fly, but no one is reciprocating.
They check for that every time. That Curry is so small for the Monkey King. My God. So it's always pay to win, right? Because you can't see it properly. It's so small. It'd be so easy to miss him just running past you.
Yeah, it looks so zicky as well with that move speed, you know? Like, other creatures don't look at fast, but it looks like he's going at max speed there.
The battle begins.
2 for 2 trading the bounties. Nothing too special playing here. They seem to know exactly where the observer board is in that mid lane from their side. We probably expect a pretty early D ward out from the side of EHOME, because they did pick up exactly where it was. See, not to say that though, it can be a bit difficult to get in range as the Donker get that D ward off, especially up against the storm of all things.
Yeah, it's not the trickiest lane for him to play as long as he gets control of that wave. Of course, he can play around with the Tribe. Does have good damage, but his stat is rim. Of course, you have to expect him to cop those hits. 2 is a bit better for the Storm with Overload. Farian was not having too bad of a time here.
Well, plug is does get out top lane and does another flying. Didn't even get the Chingy bomb from FBR. And there was no arrow by the way. He actually Starfall. Meanwhile, Viola doesn't end up getting GT at the bottom lane. So here we go again. The aggression begins from EHOME, and off to a great start, already killing 2 cores outside of AG.
They're not relentingly. Beyond dives behind that tier 1 to cop more hits onto Ollie versus sub usage. Now, they are also keeping control. A pretty darn good build up here. And as long as they maintain this beyond, IG find the former custom attack.
Okay. I think you're going to take a bit of harass out from Ollie. He hasn't decided whether he can skill up the arrow yet. He's thinking about going for the lead. Faith, harass Ollie back out. Does have the Orb of Venom up to get that little kind of value slowing down and getting a few more hits in. And that is very part of the king. On again, Ollie falling very, very low. Faith, one hit away, but he won't risk it. It's fine. Does have the Jingu and the strike. Does committed on Faith. So it's already it's been a very weird top lane, right? Like, because it's not like Faith actually trying to farm at all. And Flopplay is securing CD. Just trying to really get them out of region completely.
Yeah. It's just all you spend on another style coming out here on the Disruptor. So he's slowing down his own timings, he's slowing down his boots timings for the Disruptor, and that just means it's a bit hard to trade. He does hold on to his mangoes. He does have that op to keep the aggression up.
Bottom lane, there's no further aggression coming out from Skull. They do have level 2 Smith, which is actually quite a decent damage increase on that chunk, but they aren't quite able to make the plant to MP yet, and of course can't be able to dive away, so Phoenix. Looking back at that mid lane, and it's still pretty even between these two. In fact, he was forced up just a second ago. He was doing a really great job of maintaining the lane, considering the matchup as bot lane AT does die. They do commit the stand. Apparently, beyond silent, can he survive the sandwich from Karka? Not quite. EHOME does mid lane. CQ came with an arrow.
Oh man, this just back and forth from the laning. Again, Broadside emphasizing that early aggression. That kill down mid though, that's gonna hurt Emo a ton. You always mention how Storm needs to snowball. Even a small theft like that is enough to get a good EXP advantage. And if he hits 6 before the Storm does, he's gonna have an opportunity to get the combo off.
That will. Not say it can be pretty close to that level 6 timing now. Emo just walking a little bit behind in terms of XP. Bottom lane, Ollie still being harassed out here from Faith. Sylar ends up killing off Karka down at the bot lane apparently with the Marana. No, excuse me, the Junket. Karka does get caught off guard as on the Phoenix and Faith now trying to run away from Fly. I will be able to get a kill. CQ should be able to just leap out of there, but Faith could still be a bit of danger if Fly could the hit off to keep the Jingu boss off Sky, but it is too late.
It's An interesting choice from Fly. He ignores the creep wave for a long time, so all he had to cop the hits. And poor guy's out of the region once more, and Faith Beyond he's really just not focusing on creeps. He's stuck at level 2 on the LC. The Fly's managed to get an EXP lead. He's at level 4 now. And he just wanted to hit people.
Yeah, he's still really doesn't like Disruptor, that's for sure. Just run around the jungle now. We're gonna pull the lane, perhaps.
Yeah. Just he needs that EXP now. He needs safe farm the safe EXP. He's holding his level 3 for now. Just finding out if he can get a little bit more value in that skill point. Down mid though, nothing to say it has 6, but Emo has 6 as well. So the combo's a bit trickier to pull.
Yes, and he does miss Emo back. Emo's trying to be aggressive to nothing to say. Don't quite have enough damage to kill the kill, and the top lane, the power rune is going to be deep and nothing to say as well, so still wins out in the end. Emo would have loved that, but doesn't quite get there, and now Ollie going to be paced down by Sync2 and Faith Beyond. Arrow won't connect, and is going to be there to help out, but it won't matter. Oh, he does die. It will run off. They're going back around to Taka. Eventually just letting them go, so they didn't have any way of holding down. They're going up to Emo instead. Arrow down. Protect the walk with that 5+ spot. The bow will not quite make it. Stun duration was not long enough. EHOME just going to continue trying to apply pressure on this mid-tier 1 tower.
Fortunate response out from RG.
Hey, he just dies. Emo understood how far he could go and gets the kill.
That's a massive one in return. They defend that tier 1 mid. You free up the side lanes with these supports out as well. You look at Fly up top, and he's like level 6 and Faith Beyond just turned 4. At a very comfy spot for DLC.
They're gonna chase him down. Fly gets the Jingu mastery. Sync2 is around there. In fact, they're TPing another in. Fly just needs to get himself out of here. He should be okay. But he almost jumped into that arrow. It'll be fine. He'll make his way back towards his own creeps and keep farming up that monkey. He's doing just great. In fact, he's all the way at the top.
It's been basically a free lane for Fly. He was just left alone for so long. You're seeing decent catch up from Sylar. He's not too far behind on that jug. And nothing says he's keeping back, although
they're making it chase with his thumbs up, so he's rushing in. He has no Omni, he just has a spin. So he's away. Flyfly does get the kill to Faith, but it seems as though they're okay with this as long as they can kill off Flyfly. But can they kill him off? The last hit not going to be enough. Flyfly will survive and he'll bounce out of there.
Ooh, yeah, that's a massive commitment from EHOME to try to find that. If they don't get it, they free up that bot lane for JT to go into now, DK, and they start shoving that in. They're going to take this tier 1 for free.
It's dangerous territory for EHOME. Can't underestimate this from IG. It can get a bit out of control. When you look at EHOME's draft, like this jug is going to take a lot more than just the drums to be effective. If this keeps up, IG, they're off to a great start.
Yeah, they've got that early farm to want with Fly. He's had a great start. They don't really get too often.
Boat's going to fly in. They do secure a chip onto that Phoenix. Mid lane where Ollie is around on the disruptor trying to get some D walls out. Me wearing the gas catches him out. That is gone. There's no way of that. Top lane, Sylar has been caught. He'll go for TP plane. He should make it out and does. Close call. Without the balance strike from Fly, there's just no way to secure the kill. You still force back to the fountain. I mean, it's still just a great feeling here for IG.
Yeah, he can't quite find too much harm there. Have to be a bit cautious. The build-up on EHOME is a bit less standard. I think it's going for an Orchid. Really are defending it. Really momentum home.
Mr. Wukong, they want to try and save Emo in front one. They do get the kill now. Sim2, he's tripped up in the static storm. He Vortex back from Emo. He has the Omni. He wants to go for this Omni Slash, but doesn't get the kill. So close yet so far.
Lamps turning on me.
He did. And what's happening? JT is still forcing in that bot lane. Eighth is going to be there to farm up and try to catch up on the LC, but he is so far behind.
Yeah, he's not even 6 yet. I mean, he has been way too active on the map trying to buy space. At this level deficit on an LC, it's pretty painful. It needs a snowball with those dual wins, and you're not going to get them when you're this far behind.
No, you want to he'll hit the 6th mark now, but he's going to have to sit here and farm for a while. I doesn't really seem particularly ready to fight either. Apart from nothing to say, who's now the top net worth board of the Kunka. They're going to smoke up and make a round plan to fly. They can get this kill to be a fair bit of gold. Definitely a very worthwhile kill for EHOME. Gonna be there with the X and the bow flying in. Can he dodge it? No. Mischief is not gonna be enough. Didn't quite get the right timing, and Kaka was not able to help out with the Sunray. Now Moonlight needs to be popped. They just want the T1 tower. They also want the Phoenix kill. Just waiting for Kaka to show himself. Kaka is very, very patient, but Maya is not. He wants to go in, decides better off, but just have to settle for that C1 tower.
This is giving a lot of space for SIG. They do catch out taking Ron once more.
They do. Vortex going to be there, going on. Great plays out from Evo and Ollie. And the T1 is the one, but they have gotten the Phoenix, so Kaka does die, but now Fly the Wukong's command and the buyback out from Kaka, just keeping straight back in. Wanting to go for this fight, they'll go after the Kunka, rather Sala on the jump. He goes to the TP play, but there's nothing to cancel it. He wasn't even spinning. So just so stunned. Emo jumps in with the Vortex. The arrow on the storm, he'll have enough control. A massive pick up there on the Kunka. Now Fane to be chased down by Emo, but give enough vision to the blitz. Fane, he just came in, and he's gone again. I control this game.
Yeah, they are just slowly chipping away from EHOME. And again, you're not going to be too happy that Sylar did slip out, but you can transition this to a top push quite easily. EHOME don't have the tools to defend. They do have the Omni Slash on Sylar, but we've seen him have difficulties sticking that one fully. He's just going to really have to farm up. He's going for the Maelstrom build on that Jug, and it should accelerate his farm and distance in the fights. Once that's up, you really need a lot more in this hero to really start to kick into gear.
Yeah, that you do. Might try to see something. He's going after the Fusel Blade. Faith Beyond will get glimpsed back. Won't be able to try for a jewel or anything like that onto Fly. Of course, Emo will be going after an Orchid up on Storm, and he's already got one of the Oblivion stance, just needs the other in the recipe. And Emo's just been having a great game so far in this storm. Once the silence is up, it's going to be very hard to survive the damage output he will have.
So it's a key timing for IG to play around. If you smoke right now, they want to accelerate that, the kill.
Yeah, why? Scan. Oh. Get scanned out. It's with that Moonlight Shadow. Us will not be a target from Kaka. Why? Well, it's just an inventory, in fact, on why that's just allowing him to survive through all this This initiation from IG and now up on nothing to say. But he's got his own form of silence for this Storm Spirit. Emo stunned up. Now the Orca comes in with the Torrent and Bo. That means Emo is guaranteed to die. That's actually a very clever way of dealing with Emo. They're silent now. Thought about Ebony, didn't quite get it off, but CQ is still going to be there to vision on Parker. An arrow trying to be sidestep Parker, he's waiting for it. And throws out the egg now. JT jumps in with the Dragon Tail. Do they have enough to burst down the egg? They do. Storm though from all is good control of them. Still, not too bad of a team fight there from IG, but they'll lose that tier 1 tower.
A nice objective from EHOME. JT to get the deny off of the Phoenix, so that's pretty worthwhile for them, at least not getting that pulled away from the Phoenix, and this DK is getting pretty darn big. JT is saving up for his next step, really gonna hurt that job.
Back to port. I really like that Orchid though, from the corner left. It does basically mean Emo is really going to have to watch where he initiates, even with his own Orchid. And now you also have that diffuse up on the Fly on the Monkey King, so they should be very willing to farm soon, IG.
Yeah, they've got the tools for it, but I think the big one still won't have it farm up.
Gets into the boat, not to say. Probably won't have enough follow-up though. He's been on ball. He'll sit down a bit. Will they continue the duel? Gonna be out into Ollie and he will get burnt down. JT now with the TP attempt. Do they cancel it in time? No. He'll be alright. Has to be in home. Just concentrate on T1 top tower and really get it.
That's a pretty decent bounce back for Faith Beyond. I mean, that's his first duel win in 17 minutes. But if he keeps finding them with his team and they are ready to go, he can really start escalating as EHOME do some one more.
Trouble. Jump in. John Styles going to be fine. Oh, Raptor, I'm not to say. And now Emo's going to go down. JT will be soon to follow. They plant the egg as well, and the egg is gone now. Not to say it's on a dump, but he will go down a Fly, who also gets a double kill on the Monkey King. Still got Slash on Sylar. Also got the Maelstrom up, so they feel confident to keep going. Not to mention the jewel there on Faith Beyond. You can somehow land a jewel with that Omni Flash, will basically guarantee the kill. Looks like they won't really have that opportunity.
That's still a pretty big win for EHOME, that white 2K, despite trading away that Kunkka.
Yeah, they're still going. White's definitely looks back on Faith Beyond, they defuse him up, they try to survive through it, but it's just too much damage out from Fly. This game continues to go back and forth between these two teams.
They're starting to hit their spikes, and well, IG, and the only thing they really lack is that Orchid finish up from Emo, but he's flying the recipe out, so additional control on the Storm is going to be
he's just going to fight back. He's surpassed the Omni. He may have gone too far. The arrow, Silent doesn't even need the ulti. But a Fly did kill off CQ. Still a better try. EHOME, all things said and done.
Yeah, that is the Orchid up in Emo though, so he can just step in, get control himself. And as long as the Kunk is not around, there's not much punishment from EHOME's lineup here.
Fly is gonna scout out Y. They're gonna make the jump in. They're just gonna back off Emo, he's thinking about it. Smoke. Is there now let's jump into that orbit, but it's a double orbit. The corner got him again. The static storm and Sala at the Emo die. Now Fly, he's just going to be fine in that Wukong's command. And the egg will be dropped by Narka to make sure they don't go any further. But now, without that egg, they want to keep going. Fly, going to be in danger. Snake, can he get the eggs off in time? Not quite. The glimpse back on the Conker will keep Fly safe. Skunker, JT back in this, go after the Ogre. Why? This goes down. Now Firefly back with the Primal Spring onto CQ. No balance yet. He does eventually throw it out. It seems that they are a bit fearful for the Skunker. They're not going to go in all the way.
So, again, another back fight. Trading some big fours there.
Get caught out. Songs there from here. He counters with his own sons. Sunray is burning up the second line. He can not sustain through it. And now he showed his face, and Emo wants that kill. But yeah, it's going to be another kill for IG. This is that point where their own draft, it really starts to run over the side of EHOME.
Yeah, they are set to keep that aggression up, and you have to really be careful about that spacing. What's the silo?
Use the spin up. Has the name Firefly needs some help. Emo will share it with Firefly a bullseye. Someone will go down with him. At least he got the kill before he went down and down wide, trying to help out, but it's not going to be any good. He's also got on CQ. I would probably get away from this. But JT has the blink up just in a matter of moments. He's trying to juke them out. They were ready for it. Now, it's beyond back in. Get 2 kills. Gets a duel and a kill without the duel. Ollie and Kaka going down to fame. Now after JT. Drums pop. They want to go for this. Hey, looking for that X, not able to fight yet, now does the Orchid and the Torrent Fox flying in. Well, he passes a tree there, but JT is almost certainly going to die. Basically tickling. No? You know he'll go for the TP, and they can't stop it.
Oh, man. That is not the best of signs for EHOME. Still kind of evening out how this game is going. Slight advantage for them at 1K. IG not too far behind. You know, you're seeing good build up in Firefly. You've got a lot of room to grow on Emo. He's just rushing the BKB. He's tired of being held down here. So once you have that in the Spirit of Force, a lot more leeway. EHOME do seem to moonlight up.
Unless they don't have follow stance, but they definitely will buy a Blob's Arrow. Just so back and forth this game. The Worth grab doing its little bouncy thing between the two sides again. Right now, hold their Worth for themselves by 2K.
Yeah, and it is starting to show a bit. Like, you look at Siler's build up. He is rushing toward that map, and he's right-clicking really fast. So whenever he can't really hammer into those enemy heroes. Also looking at some decent progression for let's say. He's had the halberd up for a while. He's going straight for his own BKB that enables Arkanka to stand in front. And it's really down to nothing to set the pace of these fights. He is their main damage dealer right now outside of the Omni Slash from Siler, so when he's able to stand and fight with the BKB, it's a big spike for EHOME in terms of taking control here.
IG gonna take a backseat as well. Looks like they just want to try and secure the BKB up on Emo before they go any further. Is that Orchid? It has been haunting him throughout these team fights. EHOME, they're gonna smoke up. Faith beyond it. Actually bringing a Blade Mail out now. He's really starting to catch up on this LC. Not so much net, but in terms of the amount of input he's having in his fights, it's pretty good.
Yeah, he's with the blink and drums, so that's enough for the LC to really just start setting up. That Blade Mail, I mean, it's been buffed so much in this patch. Not even if you don't turn it on in time, it's still gonna have a good amount of damage reflected back.
Radiant
Lane, I'm sorry for a they might try to sim this roach on. You do have once you have pressed the attack, it's a lot of attack speed for Styler. And they have to damage. Do they have any? They don't know.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They could make time, but the last group we've taken, they did the roach attack is back. Yeah, no, they took it. The Aegis there on silent. Now why am I turned down? No, the duel is out on that lane. Beyond. We'll take him out before there from Sylar. They're going to try and attack on Kaka. We'll buy back on the Phoenix. From my chest. And somehow Y survived on the Yoga. I can't quite believe that.
Yeah, that boat pop. Just a bit too much to deal with, and just like that, they force a buyback out from IG to secure Roche. You'll now build up a 5k lead. IG have to really be cautious. Even with that BKB and Monkey King, they don't find the opening like that. When they do lose their Phoenix out, their team fight does get considerably weaker.
JT, excellent. Shut that midway first, Ollie. A little bit of a fun strike here on Sanky's vision, but he jumps in onto face beyond. That LC can pop the blade now, and they can't actually get the damage out in time. Then all get out on Emo with the bone flying through. All connected on the storm, but they have the damage up. He is done, and he will go down. Now again, the team fight begins. They jump in. Julie is going to be there on fly fight. The monkey thing point out Emo. Ball back, but he will not make it in time. Now just P. Been left behind for the DK, and it's not even yet. Why? He does die to Emo, but at least you do get one consolation prize in the over. But that's all you got. It's a 1 for 3 for the buyback up to the storm, and Emo, they've extended that net worth to 8k.
Oh yeah, they can move these towers real fast with Sylar as well. They still hold on to the Aegis for a very long time more. There's not much IG can do now. They don't have the steps, and they don't have the Yag, but they've got to try something.
Slow process with all those fire spirits coming out from Tarkar. They do eventually get it, and it's time to back up.
It's a lot now on Sylar. He's got a lot of gold left. He's played really well with the Omni, but you know, once you start getting tied into that, it's a bit tricky. He does opt for the AKB next, so again, just more attack speed, more damage flying out, and it is hitting with the truck. So that's something IG have to be very cautious about. You look at the progression on IG's side, Emo still doesn't have the BKB. It's becoming a big issue.
Blade gets jumped on, but he got the blade not off in time. And Arrow actually connected on the storm, but will not be enough. Fly jumps in, pacing down CQ, but a great tree destroyer there with the question back from CQ. Firefly still trying to pace him down, but ultimately gives up on it. Still a very nice kill on the LC.
Yeah. It's a big one, and of course that helps Emo accelerate towards that BKB. He really needs that. There's been too much control flying out on the storm.
The dragon is going to come out, and big scary one. Sylar might be too intimidated. We'll start just by forcing down this bot wave, and it will stay smoked around the jug. Trying to see if IG want to take the bait off Sylar, but
Radiant are scanning.
they've had enough of waiting. They're going to rush into that dire jungle. Oh, Lily may get caught out, and he does. Julie's going to be there. Fly, not even going to waste his time. Let's just get out of there. Up chase is on. See if they can get an edge from up the same. Fly. Going to be there from JG under Wukong's command and the zip in the boat to help out Faith Beyond. He'll run out in time.
Oh no. They didn't have detection for it was on Kaka, but he was in the supernova, so they had no dodge. He just missed. Those are really big ults. That's a massive loss for IG. Wukong's down, supernova down. They could just go objectives now. Even if they wanted to.
Exactly the line they drew out, straight through the bot lane. I don't believe to stop this tier 2 tower either. So we'll try and force IG back to defend this tier 3. But there's exactly the play.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, oh, he's been caught out.
Oh,
He's
no.
out with the jewel off.
Pathetic well.
And there's no buyback on him.
Yeah, that's the buyback. He had a minute left. He couldn't wait out. And Cypher, he took his objectives.
Yeah, man. I'm going to switch lanes. Just going to keep going after that from tier 3. Fire Spirit's not even out off the Sylar, so he just attacks so darn quick. He doesn't take Sunday here. Then he's going to just miss. He stunned up and he's taking a long to Mitch with the boat to fight in it. This would be the DK that now Flash line. The only slash. Oh no, rips through the disruptor lap here. They got
IG, they have the Neo special. Don't play that opening just a little bit over keenness. Falls apart. They do manage to secure that win and on the IG down under.